Hello. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to hockey. And yes, I know I'm super late. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just doing this for shits and giggles. Five is, he's enjoying stuff right now. But I figured, might as well let the kids come out to play. And the kids being me. What's up, guys? Figured I'd do a little 8 o'clock stream involving some hockey. I'm super late to begin with, but hey, can't deny the good stuff right there. No, but damn it. Widget will I fixed this widget, god damn it. Ugh. Stupid. Yeah, you can tell I'm not used to waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Super late. Super late. How you doing, guys? Glad you could join me on this early morn. I figured just do a little chill stream. I'm watching the game anyway. Might as well just do it on a little side channel. But bright and early. Yes, super early, dude. It's indeed, man. Tom got 1 million. Wow. I mean, I was supposed to go on his stream. The problem is he was always so, backed up to hell and back that I never could make it on. It's a fucking shame. So to Tom, salute, brother. Always proud of you, my man. I'm super proud of you. But in the beginning time, we were at 14:09 left in the first period. I was about to say quarter. There was a little part of me that say quarter. I'd say used to football, but that's just how it is. USA charging towards the front line. Backline scores! Touchdown America! Matthew Boldy on the breakaway through the 5-hole. You see? This is how we do it. I come in, and I was going to say Penguins, too. Team USA scores. America. America, fuck yeah. Tom Grossi ended the stream 15 minutes ago. Dude, hold on. I'm just going to send him a quick congratulations over the text, too. So, dude. Great play. That's what happens when you have Bennington, my man. Touchdown. Touchdown, USA. Beautiful. Just wanted to send him a quick congratulations. Team USA scored. Matthew Boldy up through the 5-hole. All the sexual innuendos right now. Team USA is going to pick it up in their own zone. Eichel grabs it. Cross ice pass. Back over towards the blue line. Looks like it's going to be Brady Tkachuk down to the sideline. Back to Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk tries to get the puck. He's picked off the puck. McKinnon flips it over to McDavid. McDavid with speed. 2-on-2 with another defender. Near side boards. McDavid waits. Fires over towards, I believe that's McCarr. Flipped over towards McKinnon. Shot deflected wide. Back over towards McKinnon to the blue line. Back over to Burns. Burns moves it back over to McKinnon. McKinnon waits, tries to get McKinnon towards the front line, can't get there in time. Deflected towards the front boards. It'll be taken by Slavin. Slavin picked up by Team USA. Moves it back over towards the sideline. McKinnon with a big check towards the front line. It'll be dumped into the Blues. Hellebuck takes it in behind his own net. Picked up by Team USA. Moves it towards the front, deflected in. It'll be an icing call. Matthew Boldy with the goal. And it was most beautiful indeed. 56 people here right now. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. As I said, 8 o'clock in the morning. Impromptu stream. Side channel. I'm cool with it. So how's everyone doing today? We all good? We watching some hockeys? Good old hockeys. Definitely so. It'll be a face-off to the left of Hellebuck. Moves it back over towards the front line. Picked up by Team Canada. Dumps it in towards the zone. Looked up towards there. Flips it over, deflected, moves back. Back over to Brock Nelson, tries to get it out of the zone, can't get there, picked up by Team USA again. Moves over by JT Miller, Nelson giving chase. With Parayko. Parayko's going to take over the puck now. Moves it back towards the front. Picked up by Team USA, dumped in towards the zone, tries to get to Bennington. He'll pick the puck. Back over to Parayko. Parayko down towards the front line, moves it back over to the front. Canada will dump it in. It's hard to get the numbers on here. That's why it's a little hard to just do numbers. Moves it back over towards the blue line. It's Werenski. Werenski circles his own zone. Waiting for a free. Tries to get it over towards Team USA. Does. Gets to Jack Hughes. Picked off the puck. He picked over towards Sam Bennett. Back to Marchand. Marchand back, picked off by Jack Hughes again. Hughes moves it back over to Werenski. Werenski moves it back over to his defending partner. Moves it back over towards the USA. They'll dump it in. Back to Marchand. Marchand tries to juke out Jack Hughes and does. But it back over to Devon Taves. Taves moves it back over towards the blue line. Back in, dumps in. And picked up by Luke Hughes now. Back over towards the front line. Back to Matthews. Matthews, the captain. Dumps it in towards the zone. Picked up by a trailer. Back towards the front. Slap shot by Team USA. Saved by Bennington. Mitchell, I appreciate you being here, man. Kristen, yeah, it's cold. You want cold? Connecticut's supposed to get 10 to 20 inches, my man. You kidding me? Not just that, like Poconos 3 to 6, good stuff. Sebastian, no fights, but a 5-hole goal by Matthew Boldy. No real scuffles per se. Trying to get the rosters here. Yep, there's Matthew Boldy. Great play off Devon Taves, which is a very tough guy to get past. Matthew Boldy, 62 points right now. What do you have? 8:24, McDonald's for breakfast. Yes, sir. I'm probably going to get another cup of coffee later. That's why I figured I'd do this on the side channel. It's a little more low-key. Cloudy and windy in Chicago. Windy in the Windy City? Really? Wow. I don't believe it, man. Matthew, your TV cut out? What? Come on, Matt. You can't do that. Well, Crazy Frankie, don't make us jealous over here, dude. It's we'd rather be in Florida and Arizona watching spring training, but I think this will suffice. 8 o'clock in the morning, Milano Cortina. The temperatures are perfect because it's in a dome. Austin Matthews will be in the face-off circle. It'll be to the right of Hellebuck. Team USA wins the face-off. Back to Boldy, who scored the goal in this game. Moves it back towards the defensive front. Tries to pick it off. Can't get there, but it'll be taken by Marchand. Picked off the puck again by Boldy, but he can't get back there in time. It'll be taken by Cale Makar, and he dumps it into the front boards. Luke Hughes tries to take it now back over to Boldy towards his own zone front side. He'll flick it in towards the front line, tries to get towards his guy, Jake the Bake Gensel, fighting with Devon Taves. Moves it back over towards Sam Bennett, front to the blue line. Back over to Marchand. Marchand and Bennett 2-on-2. Marchand tries to dance, but picked off cleanly by Austin Matthews. Taken back by Team Canada, still in the zone. McKinnon tries to get it over towards the blue line and does. Back over to the front to Marchand. Tries to get the wrist shot. He just goes off his stick, and it goes off his stick again and picked off by Boldy. Boldy's going to dump it into the zone for a line change. Taken back by Drew Doughty, the longtime Team Canadian member. He'll be taken off the front, picked off the front by McKinnon. It goes off his stick. Dumped into the zone. Kachuk giving chase. Bennington tries to get it off, flicks it back over towards Macklin Celebrini, the legend from San Jose. Picked over towards the front. In his first Olympic game, probably obviously not his last. McKinnon back over to the front to Celebrini. Celebrini, quick wrist shot, saved by Bennington. Celebrini back over towards the front again, picks up his own rebound. Back over the front line, back over to McKinnon. McKinnon back to Celebrini. Celebrini, quick wrist shot, blocked on the play by Team USA. Once again, quick wrist shot by Redbird, save by Bennington. Still in the zone, Canada buzzing, but it's going to be picked off on a pass by McKinnon. He'll flick it off towards the zone just to give chase, and it'll be an icing call. Little too much mustard on that one. And it'll be back towards the Team USA zone. Blue Jays blank the Phillies. Oh, okay. Well, here's the thing about spring training. You're just getting guys reps at that point. Bo Horvat will be in the circle against Jack Eichel. Horvat, a legendary faceoff guy from the New York Islanders. He can't win this faceoff cleanly. It'll be picked up by Team USA in their own zone. Werenski flicks it off towards the drum, trying to clear off the zone. No icing call, fortunately, so Chychrun will get... That's not Chychrun. Chychrun's Team USA. What am I doing here? Be taken back towards the front. Runs it back over towards the zone. Picked up by Mark Stone. Stone picked off the boards, tried to be checked off the puck by Sanderson. Sanderson, Larkin trying to fight for it. Larkin, the legendary U.S. player. Back to Horvat over towards the front line. Deflected over towards the zone again. Tries to get back to Sanderson. Sanderson moves it back over towards the front. Back to front. Back to Jack Hughes. Hughes moves it back over towards the front. Still in Larkin. Larkin waiting for a trailer. Tries to get it towards the front. Back into their own zone. Picked up by Sanderson at the far boards. Forwards back to Jack Hughes. Back to Sanderson. He'll dump it in. Take by Tage Thompson. The unicorn from Buffalo. Moves it back over towards the front. He's picked off the puck. Taken back by Horvat. Horvat will dump it in towards the zone. Given chase is going to be, that's Brandon Hagel. But it's going to be picked up by Team USA. Back to Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes playing pitch and catch with his defender. Now moves it up towards the front. Taken by Vinny Trocheck, the New York Ranger. On a lot of trade picks, he's picked off the puck. Canada moving back towards the front. Back to McDavid. Tries to get it towards the zone. Still stays in the puck. Doughty with it now. Doughty, quick shot. Rough save by Connor Hellebuck. Sorry, that's not Doughty. That's Makar. What am I doing here? Crazy Frankie. I'm not a professional play-by-play guy because I don't have the professionalism for it. Yeah. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 90 people on this early morning. A little dumpster fire action. Jeebus, praise you. I thought I'd do it on main, but I'm like, nah, I'm good. It's all good. KDRW, well, thank you for the support, my man. Appreciate you for 5 bones. God, I love the Mariners. Grand Slam to go up 5-0 in the first, end up losing 10-5. That's Mariners baseball, baby. Even in spring training. That's just how it is. Sebastian Plank, I don't have the high-end talent. Oh, and Red Rhino, Morning Tree, no bald this morning? No, unfortunately, he's out of town. I was hoping to do it with him today, but unfortunately, he's out, so I figured, I'll just do a little low-key stream on the dumpster fire tonight. It's too early, and I just haven't had that stuff. Gold medal game watch parties. Everyone's enjoying their coffee out in the States. If you are on the West Coast, welcome to 5:30 in the morning. I'm not used to that kind of 5:30 in the morning, not since I was in radio, but that's just how that is. People in their jammy jams, enjoying the hockey, maybe a mimosa, because probably Sunday brunch. Nah, I'm not drinking. It's all good. It's all good, son. And I know I look like shit. I appreciate you too. Indeed. Jake Day, you should try calling college club hockey. I don't know if there are any college clubs around here. I'm trying to think. And I mean, the only thing is, I think Pitt's still a club team. Although they'll probably have a student do that. Problem is, most college club teams will have students do that. I mean, they're not going to have a 38-year-old guy do this crap. No, I'll move this up here, Jared Froman. Thank you for the support, my man. I wouldn't put it past the NFL to get a game played in Antarctica. Well, if Antarctica pays enough money, they will do it. And if they build a dome down there, they'll do it too. It'll be taken by Team Canada. Back over to Celebrini. Tries to pick it up towards the front. Taken back by Team USA. They'll move it back in towards their own zone. Clears the blue line. Picked up by Cale Makar. Makar back over to his partner, Devon Taves. Taves moves it back over towards Celebrini. Dumps it in towards the boards. But it's picked off by Team USA. Here comes Austin Matthews. Moves it back over towards the front. Tries to get Tage Thompson. Can't get there in time. Picked off by Team Canada. McKinnon now running with speed. Moves it back over to Celebrini. Tries to get over towards the front line. Deflected towards the far boards. Picked up by Tage Thompson. He'll dump it in and clear the zone. Picked up by Team Canada. By Shea Theodore. Back over to Travis Sanheim, his defensive partner. Sanheim moves it back over towards the front. Picked off by Team USA. Picked up by Team Canada again. Moves it back towards the boards. Picked up by Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett flanked over to the line. 3-on-2. Tries to juke a defender. Does. But it's picked off again by Luke Hughes. No, that's Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes. What am I doing? Quinn Hughes. I'm messing up my Hugheses. Help me. Quinn Hughes now. Back over to the front. Deflected over towards Jack Hughes. Back over towards, I believe that's giving to Chuck. Back over towards that. Back to Blake to Chuck. Wide open net. But he can't get the stick of a U.S. player. Now back over towards the front. Back to Parayko. Parayko towards the blue line. I think that might have been offsides, but it's not going to matter. Team USA will pick it up. Given Chase's Team Canada, they'll try to pursue, but they can't get there in time. Brady Tkachuk. He'll dump it in towards the zone, but it's kicked in towards by Parayko. Picked up by Tkachuk again. Tkachuk, it's a bad pass picked off by Team Canada, but it's shot wide, deflected wide. Oh, Brady, what are you doing, brother? Brady gets it to Keith Makachuk. He'll dump it into the zone. Team Canada tries to rebound again. Back to Rowensky. Rowensky back over towards the front. He'll just gently, softly moves over towards Shea Theodore. Back towards the front. It'll be towards, I believe this is Nick Suzuki. Suzuki dumps it in towards the boards, tries to get it towards his man. Picked up by Rowensky. Rowensky back over towards the front. This is going to be, I believe that's Dylan Larkin. Larkin back towards the front. Moves it back over to Mitch Keller. Not Mitch Keller. Clayton Keller. See, this is why I'm not a pro, kids. Moves it back towards the front. Devon Taves. He'll dump it in towards the zone. Hellebuck behind his own net. He'll backhand it towards Zach Werenski. Werenski back towards the front. Moves it back front. Long saucer pass over towards Clayton Keller. Back to Trocheck. He'll dump it in. Back to Brock Nelson. Nelson tries to deflect it back over towards Keller. To Trocheck. Trocheck dumps it in. He'll get it towards back to Trocheck again. Trocheck, one man, tries the back front. 5-5 deflected and saved by Bennington. Canada clears it out of a hot kitchen. Giving chase is going to be Hagel. Hagel tries to get it back. Sorry, that's Jarvis who tries to get it now. Taken back. Nice jukes by Team USA. USA with speed. Back to Trocheck. Trocheck moves it back over to the front. Tries to get... Clayton Keller can't get there. Picked off by Team Canada. Rebounded by Team USA. Deflected on the shot, but he'll be able to get it back. Dumped in for a line change. Bennington takes it back over his own net. Back to Tom. Ride my Harley. Picked off by Team USA. They'll dump it in towards the zone again. Regain possession. Gensel can't control it. It'll be dumped in towards the zone. McDavid giving chase. McDavid tries to get it back. One-timer deflected back. Moves towards the front. Backhand pass. Picked off by Team USA before they can make the shot. Quinn Hughes. Back towards the front now. Back towards the front. Intense hockey action all over the place. I cannot commentate because it's too early and I suck. Mostly because I suck. Back towards McKinnon, towards the zone. Picked off towards Doughty. Quick wrist shot. Saved by Bennington. With 4:43 left in the first period, Team USA has a lead, my friends. They have a lead. Oh, Justin Boatwright, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You're allowed to look like shit. Austin Williams for 2 bones. Thank you, man. Tom made it to $1 million. Yes, I did see that earlier. And much congratulations to Tom. I mean, he got it fast this time. Much faster than last year. So he'll be able to get a nice, much-needed rest. I wish I could have gone on his stream. It's just that we were playing phone tag. It just didn't work out. We were all too damn busy. Yep, the golden goal by Connor McDavid at the Four Nations tournament. Stupid Canadians. Gritty Eats Cowboys for 2. What's up? Just wondering, what software do you use for your vids? I use a program called Corel Video Studio. It's Corel. The problem is, I've tried using Adobe Premiere. It's just too unintuitive for me. And it crashes a lot. So I'd rather at least have something intuitive and it's just ease of use. The problem is, you can't crossfade easily because it doesn't move the clip. It adds to the clip while you're doing the crossfade. It's annoying as shit. Very annoying as shit. Yes, Crazy Frankie. Rest in peace, Bill Mass. I heard that yesterday. It's like, damn. Those are the legends before your time. And it fucking sucks because I never got to see Mass play. I keep hearing about the walk-off Game 7 home run. I know a bunch of people who were there at Forbes Field at the time or heard on the radio or everything along those lines. People celebrating in the streets. It was played in the early afternoon, so I believe it was a school day too. So, like I said, I would hear those stories, and it would always feel like a tall tale to me because the Pirates sucked when I was growing up. So it just... Scorebug not moving? Yeah, I did see that. Let me try reloading this, because for whatever reason, it's... Surprised by that. Let me try reloading it real quick. That's why I'm using this. I'm using it for the Scorebug. Yeah, I think it's just the bug itself that's crashing out. Because I can do Slovakia, Finland, and Finland has 1 bronze, by the way. Slovakia had a hell of a run. But, sorry, boys. You had to be come back by Canada. Such is life. Such is life. Indeed. Yeah, keeping it real. Mass was only 89. Yeah, I know. As I said, it's one of the last remnants of that 60 World Series team. Elroy Face died last month. So it's very slowly going. Quinn Hughes with the face-off circle. Picked off over towards the front. Back to Matthews, back behind the blue line. Moves it back toward the front. Quick one-timer, shot wide. Be taken there by Quinn Hughes again. Dumps it in towards the boards. Tries to get it to Matthews. Can't get there in time. Quinn Hughes will try to keep it in the zone and does. Back over to Matthews. Matthews back over to the one time. Back over to the front to Thompson, but he can't control it. And it's easily wrapped up by Bennington for the face-off with 4 minutes left. Well, keeping it real, here's the problem. They were good for like 3 years. Let me cope. Please, just let me cope. That's all I said. Well, talk to Nick. It's just, as I said, Slovakia, the problem is, like, they're playing over their heads. It was a great effort, but they just didn't have the goaltending. If I remember correctly, I think their goalie was, no, it wasn't Došdal. Došdal was for the Czechs. So Team Slovakia, their goalies were Samuel Hlavaj, Adam Gajan, and Stanislav Skorbanek. So I think Hlavaj is a European goalie. Never really made it to the States, or he didn't make the jump. They only have 7 NHLers on their roster. A couple former NHLers, Peter Solarek, Miloš Kelemen, Adam Ruzicka, Tomáš Tatar, the legend Tomáš Tatar, Martin Marincin, and Patrick Koch. I mean, Koch, I believe, had 1 game for Arizona, so not really a like big time roster, but as I said, to make it as far as they did, that's impressive. Well, hockey is very hard to do. Also, you can't really see the numbers that much. Sanheim will pick it up towards his own blue line, dumps it in towards the boards. Back to McKinnon. McKinnon flips it back over, tries to get McDavid. It's going to be picked off on the play. Brock Nelson trying to hold him up. Puck deflected. Faber's trying to get it now. Faber with it now. JT Miller, the captain. It's not the captain. Austin Matthews is the captain. JT Miller's the captain of the back. McDavid tries to get it back, picked off by Slavin again. Slavin, scrum over the boards. Flicked it off towards, I believe that's going to be Brock Nelson. Nelson, waiting, tries to find it back, tries to pick it off. Back shot. Can't get the shot off. It's shot wide. But it'll be a penalty. Brock Nelson drawing the penalty. A great play by Brock Nelson, and the Team USA is going on the power play. Adam Gajan. Yep. How did I come up with the name Urinating Tree? It was me being an edgelord on Xbox Live when I was 15. As I said, when you think you're 15, like everything's hilarious, you always think you're right. The good shit like that. Always is. And Jake Day, I mean, as I said, it was always going to be Team USA Canada. I was always streaming this if it were USA Canada. Otherwise, no such luck. Team USA going on the power play. Face-off will be to the right of Bennington. Matthews going up against, that is, it's going to be Nick Suzuki, but Team USA is going to win the face-off. Quinn Hughes tries to get it back. Flicks it over towards the back line over to Brady Tkachuk. Take it back. Tries to get Tage Thompson. Can't get it back. Back over to Werenski. Matthews, quick one-timer. He can't get it back in time. Team Canada will clear. Damn it. Thought they had it for a second. Oh, just couldn't get a stick on the puck. He had a wide open cranium of a net. Jeez. Matthews tries to regain possession and does. Back over towards Thompson. Back to Matthews. Tage Thompson giving chase. He can't get there in time. Miscommunication. And they're going to have to reset again. Quinn Hughes with it now. Back towards the blue line, skating towards the front. He'll set. Hughes waits. Far boards near the blue line. Taken back over towards that's Brady Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk. Back over to Matthews. Back to Tkachuk. Tkachuk back to Matthews playing ping and pong on the one time. Matthews back over to the blue line to Hughes. Hughes skates cross ice. Still waiting for his target. Tries to get it over. Back over towards that's going to be back to Eichel. Back front over to Matthews. Still waiting for the puck. Back to Eichel. Moves it back over to Thompson. Quick one-timer. Shot. Saved by Bennington. They're going to clear the puck, though. No dead whistle yet. But they will clear the puck out of the zone. Moves it back over towards Quinn Hughes. Hughes to the front. Tries to get it towards, I believe that's Gensel. He can't control the puck, though. Parayko will clear back to the zone. Moves it back over to Brady Tkachuk. He'll move it back over towards the front. Fresh line change for the Team USA. Back over towards Tage Thompson. Back over to Gensel. Gensel moves it back over to the front. Takes it back over, clears. Back to Werenski. Werenski moves it back over to Jake Gensel. Fronts over to the blue line. Flicks it over towards Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes waits, tries to find an defender. Click one-timer, deflected wide of the net. Back over to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes towards the front, tries to get to Gensel. He misses the puck, goes over to Werenski. Werenski back to Hughes. Hughes waits, fires, deflected wide. Back over to Brady Tkachuk. Towards the front line, tries to get over to Gensel. It ping-pongs over towards Boldy. Boldy back towards the front. Saucer pass. Cleared puck. It'll be cleared by Team Canada again. And the penalty has been killed with 1 minute left. Back over to Werenski. And I believe this will be an icing call, though. Damn. Well, Lemon, the problem is I think missing Crosby's killing them. Yeah, they tried to get Matt Tkachuk, but it was a good play by Taves to get the stick on the puck. He couldn't get the corral. Otherwise, that was an easy goal for Matt Tkachuk. Tried to go for the deflection, couldn't get there in time. So they've had their looks, and they do have a lead. Oh, Team Midway. Oh, the celebration in Milano Cortina later tonight. Phenomenal. They're going to need 10,000 more condoms. Trocheck will be in the face-off circle against Connor McDavid with 48.3 left in the first period. USA with a perilous 1-0 lead. Backed over to the front. Takes over to JT Miller. And they're going to have to do a face-off again. Oh, Greg Max, he definitely hijacked the dumpster. That's where he is today, man. Back over towards the one. Time quick wrist shot by Miller. Saved by Bennington. We have another face-off immediately. Well, keeping it real, if it were USA versus Slovakia, I might stream it, but it's not going to have the gravitas of a Team Canada versus Team USA. Penalty, ice on the field. Too much ice. Too much ice on the court. It'll be a face-off again. Trocheck tries to get the pack. Wins over to the face-off. Back towards the front. Tries to get towards the clear line. Back to the blue line. It's going to be back to JT Miller. Miller and Trocheck trying to fight for the puck. It'll be with Tom Harley and Bo Horvat. They're just trying to burn time. 30 seconds left in the first period. Far side. It'll be cleared by Harley. Given chases Team USA. They'll get to Slavin. Slavin back to the front. It'll be picked up by Team USA again. Back over to Slavin. He'll start the puck. Moving back towards the front, it'll be cleared by Team Canada. It'll be picked off there, re-cleared by Brent Burns. Burns waits, looks for a man. It's picked off by Team USA again. Great play by Dylan Larkin. Back towards the front, back over to Matt Tkachuk. Quick one-timer shot, blocked wide. Taken back by Brent Burns again. 3 seconds left in 2. Celebrini tries to get one more shot, and he won't. And it'll be the end of the first period with Team USA having the lead off a 5-hole goal by Matthew Boldy. Off the individual effort, it's 1-0 Team USA. Yep, Crosby's out due to a leg injury he suffered in the quarterfinals. It's not going to be a long-term injury. Thank the fucking Lord for that. But he might be out for a few weeks after. Worst case scenario is Los Angeles. Kevin Fiala is out for the season. But they did get Artemi Panarin, so it shouldn't be that much of a loss. Thank the fucking Lord. I'm not going to celebrate just yet. We have 40 minutes of hockey left, my friends. 40 minutes of hockey left. But I'm just going to take a little break real quick. I'll be right back. Enjoy the pizza.
Pizza time.
Sometimes you just gotta go with a nice piece of pizza. I'll show the whole thing. And it's just some dude making a random pie. It's not a good pie, but every pie is a good pie. That's a lot of cheese on that piece. I'll just show the whole thing because I've done like it's like a 3-4 minute segment. Yeah, Crazy Frankie. I thought the national anthems were starting at 8:10. I didn't think the game itself was starting at 8:10. So that's my bad. But as I said, welcome each and every one of you. We're in the first intermission right now. Team USA is leading 1-0 with Mike Eruzione and Mike Tirico with the Pokemon intermission report. I love these certain fights they do it. The Pokemon intermission report. I don't have a fancy term. This is the dumpster fire intermission report. It's a fucking dumpster fire. Uh-huh. I had to get another cup of coffee. It's too early. It's too early, boys. Taking shots of tequila? I mean, you need to make it American. Shots of bourbon. Shots of bourbon. That's an American drink, my friend. I mean, unless it's like a American-based agave plant, I wouldn't say otherwise. Saw the MNT scroll by on the score. This is a season I'm not looking forward to. Oh, dude, they haven't done anything. And they are back. Their GM quit. He just got tired of dealing with all the cheap bullshit. Baseball is in a really perilous situation right now. Nearly half the teams are being produced by Major League Baseball right now. If you look at teams that haven't done jack shit, or have cut payroll, or haven't spent as much as they should, that's why. The RSN deals expired. Or they lapsed. Or they had to combine or lost. The Pirates, for example, they had to combine forces with the Penguins in their RSN deal. They've lost $20 million a year. 20 to 30, I believe. And that's significant change. Yep, Red Rhino, it's black coffee. I like my coffee how I like my women. Black and Colombian. Woo. Or black and African. Uh-huh. Oh, Mayhem Matty, I think everyone's taking a nap after this final horn. I'm working on a Western Conference Haters Guide right now, too. So, Eastern Conference came out yesterday. I just have overlay. Here's the thing. I do both at the same time. So, both skeletons were done I did both scripts, both VOs, so that stuff's done. I just have to do gather the overlays, which I'm doing right now. Overlays. I'm not doing the fancy bells and whistles. And then just beds. And then I'll probably just an intro. And after that, we're good. And then I will work on the next video, which will probably be baseball lockout. As we know. Yoten Boten, you can say that about a lot of sports. Like, I think like most people don't really care about basketball these days. I mean, that's what I feel like is the problem with basketball. It's like run by people who don't care for the sport. They're more worried about tanking. But here's the problem. If you're a fan, like if you're the Chicago Bulls, you want nothing more than your team to tank because they fancy themselves as competitive, yet they're getting their asses beat in the play-in game every year. So that's the reality of it. What's up, Matthew? How you doing today, bud? Artie Moreno. I feel like there was a time that Artie Moreno did care, but the problem is the game passed him by, and then he just is deathly afraid of the luxury tax. He was a guy who should have sold about 15 years ago. He would have been fine. But the problem is he kept meddling in team affairs. He thought he would do everything right because he was the one who meddled for Anthony Rendon. He was the one who meddled for Albert Pujols. He was the one for a few other guys. Vernon Wells was another infamous example. So every bad move you could probably point towards Artie Moreno. Now, don't forget, remember too, they were supposed to get Andy Pajes as well as Ross Stripling and a few other pieces to go with Luis Rengifo and another piece, but he nixed the deal. So once again, the Angels should have Andy Pajes, but they don't, and that's what happened. Oh, well, Crazy Frankie, the Players Union. The problem is, it is being hijacked by the super elite. You're doing really well if you're one of the best of the best. Kyle Tucker is not even a top 50 player. You can make an argument for. He's making $60 million a year. $60 million. I mean, could you imagine saying that to a guy 25 years ago? Remember when we thought $25 million a year was ridiculous? Alex Rodriguez, when he made that, we all shit our pants. Like, if you weren't around for that, that was just a massive, like, seismic deal. Nobody could imagine paying that dude that much money. And now we have a dude making 60. A-Rod was at least one of the best with a lot of upside. It didn't work out, but at least you understood it. Kyle Tucker hasn't had a WAR above 6. He didn't have that good of a year last year. In terms of making $60 million a year, he's a damn good player. But do you really see yourself paying $60 million a year for that? Connor Schwartz, I might do World Baseball Classic. Because I didn't do it last time. If Team USA makes it far, I might do it on Maine. Might do it on Maine. And Crazy Frankie, only thing missing on NBC's coverage is Bob Costas. Bob Costas Red Eye? Not just that, but it's also... Well, Bob Costas is a robot, especially with the Olympics. Bob Costas, he's a tremendous commentator. The game had passed him by. You see him in the baseball broadcast now. It's just, his style just doesn't work now. Like, legendary broadcast. It's like Al Michaels. Legendary broadcaster, it's just, his time's up. But hey, if Al Michaels wants to get a bag, more power to him. That's how I feel. Leave it at that. Just how that is. We got a few super chats as well. James telling us, Matthew Dunham, Cincy Brownco, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you, my man. James telling us for 5 bones. Tree laughing at the Pickens situation. Scooter better be ready for him to be a Raider. God, Dallas can never have a quiet offseason. Elmau, Dallas sucks. Here's the thing. Dallas was low-key fining George Pickens for a bunch of issues as well. The only reason why we never heard about it was because he was performing well on the field. That's the issue with George Pickens. That's why Pittsburgh got rid of him. Because he would always have these crash outs. He wouldn't perform well because it's an Arthur Smith offense. And as I said, there were a lot of off-field issues. And the problem is the team that gets him is going to have that concern over their head. I mean, we all know George Pickens is a hell of a talent. Tremendous talent. But as I said, it was just the issues of him off the field. The character issues, the crash outs. That was the issue. And it's a contract year, so who knows if he's just playing for a contract like an Albert Hainsworth. Oh, keeping it real. Oh, yeah. As I said, A-Rod, at that time, we were just like, oh, my God. Like, 12-year-old me was just sitting there stunned. We're just like, what? He made more, as I said, the freak show team of 97 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. They were infamous for only having a $9 million payroll. They got paid less than Albert Bell's entire salary, and that was $10 million at the time. And A-Rod made more than double that entire team. That's just to put in comparison. And it was a few years away, but still, same salary parameters. And I think what Scooter's coping about is they're trying to get Max Crosby, which they could get. And Jerry Jones would do that deal. 2 firsts and a premium player. Jerry Jones will do it. Because Jerry Jones is just Jerry Jones. That's just how that goes, man. Lim report, no 5 today. He's out of town. Unfortunately, when I heard that USA was playing Canada, I was instantly texted by like, so dude, do you want to do a USA Canada stream? And he just said, nah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it. So, unfortunately, no 5 today. We can't talk about stupid shit and him mocking me repeatedly, and I kind of miss it. But unfortunately, it's just, as I said, it's just, I wish him well. He's probably with his girl right now, enjoying life. Good times. Very good times. Matthew Dunham, 1689 for 10 bones. Thank you very much, sir. I'm a Red Sox fan, Massachusetts guy, and the Sox ownership are torturing me. The last time the Sox acted like a major market team, they beat the Dodgers in the World Series. 2018, shake my head. Well, as I said, with the Chaim Bloom era, it felt like they were trying to imitate Tampa Bay, and that takes a little time to do. And not just that, FSG, I felt like got content. They more or less just wanted to extract profit instead of build a World Series champion. Like, the Dodgers don't give a shit. They're just like, fuck it. We're making $800 million on our RSN TV deal. Let's spend it. I mean, their net profit was something like $800 million last year. After payroll. After the deferrals. So that's why they splurged on Edwin Diaz and Kyle Tucker and a few other pieces. Because they can fucking do it. Leif, I haven't had time to check Twitter DMs. So, as I said, I haven't been able to. I believe you have responded to me, so I'll have to check sometime, brother. Oh, Ransom Ballard. Oh, he absolutely was. That catch in the 9th inning? If he doesn't make that catch, the Blue Jays win the World Series. I remember I was talking about potentially pulling Miguel Rojas for a pinch hitter in the 9th. And you can go back to that stream I did, and it would say that. But guess what? Miguel Rojas, he had the hit of his damn life. I remember meeting him in Miami before COVID in 2020. Like me, SRS, the 2 guys for SRS, Matt and Mike. Sad Man Baseball, 5 points. Like, true class act. Like, I was so happy for him that day, man. Jim Williams, I unfortunately wasn't able to get on the stream. We kept having phone tag. Like, I was, like, times when I wanted to do it. Unfortunately, I was having some things happen that day. Like, I know we wanted to do Friday, but the problem is, like, it was me and my girlfriends. We were doing our Valentine's Day, so we did it the weekend after. Weekend before, I was in Scranton for my niece's 3rd birthday. So, unfortunately, as I said, it just didn't work out. And by the time I was ready, just things went haywire and things went chaotic for a stream, so he wasn't able to, so. It's a damn shame. Crazy Frank, I'm so glad I streamed that game, man. That was incredible. That was a great game. I think I did that on a whim, too. Logan Kowach, Michael Parsons progressing ahead of schedule. Hey, with technology and medicine nowadays, a torn ACL isn't a death sentence as it used to be. 30 years ago, a torn ACL was pretty much the end of your career. If you remember Kajana Carter, his career ended, or he wasn't the same player. Well, he was in Penn State because he had a torn ACL his rookie year. And after that, he just was another running back. Nowadays, torn ACLs, they can do it like that. The torn Achilles is the issue now. Because there are a lot of guys who just aren't the same player after the fact, especially skill position players. You see it with Aaron Rodgers, you see it with Cousins. They're very hesitant now. They're not the same. I don't think Tom slept. They said no sleep till a million. But he's able to sleep. He earned that sleep, brother. I'm proud of him. Next year, he might have to make it $2 million. I shouldn't give him the idea. Oops. And Cincy brown coat for 5. Speaking of which, did you see Tom's reaction to making $1 million today for unpaid medical debt? I did not. It happened earlier this morning, so I was getting ready for this stream, so unfortunately I wasn't able to, but as I said, I can get it done. I'll watch it later. Bernard King. Oh, that's an old name. From the Knicks. He wasn't the same after that. He had a few decent years after the fact, but after that major injury back in the 80s, he wasn't the same. It's like Ralph Sampson and his knees. Ralph Sampson, fucking phenomenal player. But once the knee injuries hit, he couldn't stay on the field or the court. His body just slowly withered down on him, and yeah. And Hank 3-4, somehow Pittsburgh and Sullivan both got better. Sullivan has not been better with the Rangers. But the problem is, like, I don't know how much of that's him and how much is Drury. And I think the Rangers are just in a pile of shit of their own, and it's just how it goes. Speaking of Rangers, Jack Eichel, who was rumored to be a Ranger at one time, will be in the face-off circle against Nathan McKinnon. We're about to start the second period, my friends, and Team USA wins the face-off. They'll be going from right to left. They'll clear it into the zone, picked up by Parayko, back in his own boards. It'll be flicked over towards the end of the zone. It'll be dumped in. No icing, though. It'll be hitting a body. It'll be taken by Quinn Hughes. Stoned, hit by a tire, but it'll be a 4-on-3. Eichel back into his own zone with Chase. 2 defenders shot blocked off by Team Canada. Picked up by Parayko back towards the front. Picked up by Quinn Hughes. Tries to get it back, but he won't get there. Eichel resets in his own zone. Back over to Matt Tkachuk. Back to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes. Saucer pass, but it won't get there in time. And it'll be an icing call. And we will go for Team USA there. Yile for 50 Filipino dollars. Thank you very much, sir. Winter Olympics here in Philippines is free on YouTube. It's over the air publicly for us. It's on every NBC channel. We don't get every single Olympic sport, though. I haven't been able to see Skimo Olympics-wise. It's a bummer. But, yeah, but it's on USA and NBC in the States. Usually live. Are they going to call that offsides? Or is that just an issue for to reset the face-off? USA will be getting in a line change. So I believe that's an offsides call. Or a face-off violation. Tom Wilson. He got the shit beat out of him by a Frenchman and they banned the Frenchman. Oh, man. Every Metro Division rival of the Capitals sitting there with a smile on his face like, yeah. You know JR and the Rangers were sitting there like, yeah. Fuck you, Tom Wilson. It'll be an icing call for Team Canada picked up by Devon Taves. Oh, Carne, we say that every year about Ferrari for the last 20 years, and it hasn't happened. So just saying, I mean, well, Charles Leclerc probably is the best chance of doing something. Lewis Hamilton in his age state, I don't know. I think he could at least compete for a few podiums, but I don't know if winning's on the table for him now. It'll be picked up by Team Canada off the face-off. Picked up by Macklin Celebrini. Picked up by Team USA with speed. Will be taken by Sanderson. It'll dump it in towards the zone. Picked up by Taves. Back over to Makar. Makar tries to pick it off by, I believe that's JT Miller with Chase. But it'll be picked up by Team Canada again. Given Chase's Brock Faber. He'll get it towards the zone. Tries to recover. Scrum over the boards. Picked up by McKinnon. McKinnon back over to the front line. Back on towards McDavid. Quick shot. Deflected wide. Trickles wide of the boards. It'll be picked up towards Team USA again. Back over towards Trocheck. Trocheck picked off by Team Canada. Resetting is Makar. Makar back to Harley. Harley back to Makar. Makar back over to the front. Picked up by McDavid. McDavid waits. Tries to get over towards. Flicked up towards the boards. He'll reset. Faber picks it up towards the zone. Picked up by JT Miller. Miller back to Slavin. Slavin with speed towards the Canadian blue line. Picked up to the front. Tries to find a feed. Can't get there in time. Shot wide. Back over towards the front. Back to Matthews. Matthews with Chase. Sanderson pinches. He'll move out towards the front. Back to that keeps it alive for Team USA. USA back over the front to Werenski. Werenski back to Sanderson. Wide open shot. Shot wide. And it'll go trickle towards the US boards. And it'll be a line change for Team Canada. Hellebuck in his own zone, giving Chase's Werenski. Werenski back toward the front. Picked up by, I believe that's Boldy. Boldy back over to Larkin. Larkin back to Gensel. Gensel towards the front blue line. Move it back over towards the front. Picked up by Team USA and Quinn Hughes. Backhanded over towards Gensel again. Gensel on the side boards. Still chasing. Trying to find a man. Can't get there. Picked off by Team Canada. Then push it out towards the front. And it'll be back towards Hellebuck again. They'll have to reset. Giving chase to a Canadian is Charlie McAvoy, who missed the Four Nations tournament with a major injury. Back over to Hughes. Hughes tries to get over to Larkin. Can't get there in time. Hughes will pick up his own rebound. Tricks up towards, I believe that's going to be Hagel. But it'll be picked up by Harley again. Harley back to Parayko. Parayko moves it back towards the front to Jarvis. Jarvis tries to jump it in towards the zone. Picked up by Team Canada. Here's Hagel. Hagel tries to get back, but it's picked off by Hughes. Moves it back towards the front. Hagel tries to find a man. Can't get there in time. It'll be picked up by McCarr towards the front line. Backed up by Hughes again. Back to where he covered by Team Canada. Back to Taves. Over to McCarr. McCarr tries to juke. He misses the puck. He coughs up. But it'll be moved up towards the zone. They'll have to reset. Taves moves it back to McCarr. McCarr tries to find a man and does. It'll be Jarvis. Jarvis back to the front. Jackhand deflected. Deflected wide. Brady Tkachuk's able to swipe it from Cale McCarr. And the Tkachuk brothers are dumping in and streaming towards the zone. Picked up towards McCarr again. They won't get it for the U.S. Take it back over to Jarvis. Jarvis over to the U.S. blue line. Tries to get past Sanderson. Moving back towards the forwards. Picked off by Matthews. Matthews tries to find a man and does. It'll be Brady Tkachuk back over to Boldy. Boldy towards the front blue line. He'll dump it in. 3 Canadians on him. And it'll be Drew Doughty. Doughty tries to dump it in. He'll get it towards, I believe that's Devon Taves. Back to McDavid. There's an empty stick that's been sitting there for minutes on end. 16:05 left in the second period. Dumped in. Back over towards Sanderson. He'll flick it off towards Boldy. He can't get there in time. It's deflected. Picked off on the play by Harley. Back to Doughty. Doughty. One-time shot deflected. Saved by Bennington. Not Bennington. Wait. Hellebuck. What am I doing? I'm messing up. Too many players. Ugh. Back to Boldy. It's picked off again. Taken by Gensel. Move it back to Matthews. He'll clear with a line change for the U.S. A much-needed line change. I don't know if they could get a full one, though. Back to McDavid. Move it back over to Marner. Flick with shot. Deflected front. Scrum over the boards for that. Moves it back over to Marner. Marner back over towards the one-time shot. Saved on the play. Back on the front. Moves it back over towards Marner again. McDavid moves it back over towards, I believe that's going to be Harley. Quick wrist shot. Blocked off wide. Quicks back over to the front. Tries to get it to Bennett. Can't get there in time. He'll be taken by Parayko. Parayko moves it back towards the front. Back over to Marchand. Marchand with the interception. Quick wrist shot. Saved by Hellebuck. Takes it back over towards Jack Eichel. They'll clear the zone. Tries to pinch it in. Short line change for the forwards. Still 2 players out there for Team USA. Back over towards Harley. Quick wrist shot saved by Hellebuck. But it'll be taken by Boldy. Boldy on tired legs. He'll dump it in. And a full line change for the Team USA. Back to Bennington over to McCarr. McCarr speeding towards his own blue line. Still trying to get back. Jukes a defender, still moving forward. Jukes a second defender, goes behind Hellebuck, moves it back towards the front. It's McCarr back there, tries to find a man, can't get there, deflected. He'll be back over towards Nick Suzuki. Suzuki back in the boards, tries to find a man, he does. Looking for it. Quick wrist shot, blocked, saved by Hellebuck. It'll be dumped by JT Miller, but it's not going to be enough juice. It'll be no icing call. Taves has to grab and pick it up. Another line change for Team USA, picked up by Nelson. Quick wrist shot, saved by Bennington. And it trickles wide. Ooh, what a great play for Brock Nelson. He just couldn't get it on net. That could have been a dagger. Quick one-timer. Saved by Hagel. Back towards the front. Back to the front once again. Here's McKinnon. McKinnon moves it back towards the blue line. Quick wrist shot blocked off. Back to Theodore. Theodore moves it over to Sanheim. Sanheim moves it back over to Theodore again. Back to Sanheim. One-timer. Saved by Hellebuck. Once again back. USA without a stick, so it's technically a power play. Here's McKinnon. McKinnon waits for it, tries to find a man. It's deflects off the stick, and it clears the zone. Theodore has to pick it up. Oh! The stick of destiny for Team USA. Back to the front. Moves it back over towards, I believe that's going to be Macklin Celebrini. Back to McKinnon. McKinnon back over to the front. Tries to find McDavid. Can't get there in time. Picked up by Team USA. Back to Matthews. He'll clear the zone, but it'll be picked up by Team Canadian defenseman Harley. Back to Parayko. Back over to McDavid. McDavid moves it back over towards picked up by Celebrini. Tries to get the one-time shot deflected off by Dylan Larkin. Jack Hughes with it now. Hughes has it. Still waiting for it. Tries to get the puck. He will. Back over to Matthews, moves it back over to Larkin. He'll clear the zone, dump it in. It can't be controlled by Bennington. Moves it back, tries to find Larkin. He can't control the puck. Still in the Duck zone. Back over towards Tage Thompson. Saved by Bennington. And he'll clear up and cover. God bless the stick. The stick of destiny. It was blessed by Jesus. Chimney, yes. I take my coffee. I drink black. So, I can't drink with cream. The problem is it tastes too much like the cream. Problem is I had a fresh roasted coffee. My sister has this fresh roasted coffee and it's fresh grounded. You have the little creme on there. Oh, it's delicious. Even a medium roast. I prefer dark, honestly, but a medium roast. Oh, dude, it's night and day difference, even from a Keurig. Like, I have a Keurig, so I do the fancy flavored coffees. I'm a bit fruity. But it's, as I said, I find the flavor of that coffee is sufficient enough. Instead of, oh wow, I'm just gonna pour a shitload of creamer and add a bunch of calories. That's just how I am. Oh, Canada's aggressive because they need a goal. Reality. Yep, Johnny Gaudreau, the lone locker there. Damn, still sucks he's gone. And who are the commentators in the NBC version now? It is going to be Kenny Albert and Eddie Olczyk with Brian Boucher and between the boards. Kenny Albert's been doing all the games. He's been doing women's and men's. So doing yeoman's work. He's been a marathon man. And Kenny Albert, you can say whatever you want about his commentary style, but the dude is versatile. He does hockey. He does basketball. He's done football, baseball. He's done all of them. Yeah, Taves tried to pick it off, but it was a great play, and just Brock Nelson just couldn't get it on net, just a save by Bennington. Oh, they're showing the play repeatedly, and just Nelson just couldn't get elevation on it. It's a bummer. Oh, Jake Day, I mean, sometimes Sheets makes really good coffee. They have the fresh roast. Go there. I had that French roast a couple times when I was on the road. I mean, real good, perk me up. Nothing but scrambled eggs and hockey. Yes, sir. Wembley, I don't know if it was a blown tripping call. It's that. I can't do a light roast. I know it's more caffeine with the lighter roast, but darker roasts offer more flavor. Taj Veer, so far so good. Team USA leading 1-0. Canada will win the faceoff, though. Tom Wilson, the hated Tom Wilson, will clear it out of the zone. It'll be picked up by Tage Thompson. Thompson moves it back over to Jack Hughes. Hughes, with speed, picked off by Tom Wilson again. It's a wide open net. Drives over to the front, but it's picked off by Team Canada. USA is able to flick it off towards the front. Larkin with it now. Larkin tripped up on the play by Wilson, but it's still picked up by Team USA. Thompson back over to the blue line. It's chaos nonstop. Quinn Hughes with the front now. Tries to deflect it on goal. Saved by Bennington, but now picked off by Team USA again. Buzzing. Jack Hughes with it now. Hughes back over to the blue line. Back over towards Trocheck. Back to Larkin. One-time shot saved by Bennington on Tage Thompson. Back over the blue line again. Back on his own net. Tage Thompson tries to get it back. It'll be taken by Team Canada, and they get it out of a hot kitchen. McAvoy has to pick it up behind Bennington now. Not Bennington. I mean, Hellebuck. This is why I'm not a good commentator. That's why I'm not a pro, kids. Bennington has to pick it up his own net. He'll saucer the pass behind the blue line just to give some fresh air to Canada again. Slavin back over towards the blue line now. Picked up by Jack Eichel. Eichel moves it back over towards Brady Tkachuk. He'll dump it in. Matthew Tkachuk giving chase along with Cale Makar. Makar tries to get the puck. It deflects off his stick. Once again, picked up once again by, I believe that's going to be Devon Taves. Picked off by Matt Tkachuk. Tkachuk flicks it up towards Brady. Brady back over towards Eichel. Eichel for the blue line to Slavin. Slavin over towards Brock Faber. Faber dumps it in towards Brady. Brady Tkachuk now with it now. Tries to get it over towards Matthew Boldy. He does. Still cycling and swarming as Team USA. Another line change there. It'll be picked up by Faber on the intercept. Tries to get over towards Eichel. Eichel back toward the front to Boldy. Boldy picked off there by Devon Taves. Tries to get it to Stone. He'll clear. Not though. It'll be back over by Slavin. Saved there. It's going to be a breakaway for McDavid. McDavid with a breakaway back. Front. Backhand. Front side. Saved by Hellebuck. He couldn't get him to flinch. And they clear the zone. Best chance for Canada all day, but now it's picked up by Gensel. Picked off the puck. A great play there by Mark Stone. Is able to get there, but now it's a delayed penalty call. Hagel was swarming. Jake Gensel tripped him up. It'll be a Canadian power play. Oh, baby. Yo, that's not Bennington. That's Hellebuck. You got to say Hellebuck, baby. Jake and Bake. We are not getting Jake Shakes right now. Such is life. Indeed. Nick, you already released a video short. It wasn't even a good call. Well, Kenny Albert, I think the thing is he's not B-team because I think he would have to have an exclusive deal. It's kind of like how Kevin Harlan doesn't have an exclusive deal because he does a Westwood 1. So he probably is able to be versatile. Like, if he were to do B-team, he would probably have to give up his role with MSG. And TNT. That's probably why. I don't know how to add a shaking fist emoji. I think the thing is we have to add it on our end, or it would just have to be, you have to be a member. I'm not sure. Team Canada gets over the face-off circle. They keep it in the zone far side. It will be cleared by Team USA and JT Miller. 1:50 left on the power play. 10:20 left in the second period. Canada 7 for 16 on the power play. All Olympics long. Makar with speed towards the blue line. He's skating with fury. Back towards the front. Jukes several USA defenders. Back behind Hellebuck. And it's going to be another penalty. I believe this one's going to be on McAvoy. It'll be 5-on-3. The best chance for Team Canada so far. Cale Makar. That's what the madness does. Chat did crash. Chat crashed like Team USA. Actually, they crashed like the Penguins with a multi-goal lead. Let me fix this real quick. Because the problem is I have to re-authenticate it, and it's a pain in the ass. And yep, Charlie McAvoy, the assistant captain. Cale Makar is just... God, I love watching Cale Makar. The talent in the NHL, as I said, it rivals the early 90s. You have the youth like Matthew Schaefer, Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard. You have Gavin McKenna and Landon Dupont coming in, as well as, Ivar Stenberg. And then you have the core like Nathan McKinnon, Jack Eichel, Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, Cale Makar. Speaking of Cale Makar, he has the puck now. Team USA, perfect on penalty kill. Here comes McDavid. He moves it back towards the blue line over to Marner. Marner waiting for the puck. Back over to McKinnon. McKinnon sets far boards. Back over to Makar at the blue line. Makar waits. Slap shot by McKinnon. Saved by Hellebuck. And it bounces away and cleared. 1:05 left on the 5-on-3. Makar back towards it now. Picked up by Team USA. And they're able to clear. More precious seconds burned. They're going to have to quickly move it back over towards Cale Makar. Makar resets back over to McDavid. McDavid back toward the front, back over to McKinnon. McKinnon back over towards, I believe that's Celebrini. Celebrini back over to Makar. Makar waits. Back to McDavid at the near boards. Back to the front, back over to Makar, playing pitch and catch with Celebrini. Celebrini trying to find a target. Back over to McDavid. McDavid, quick wrist shot, saved by Hellebuck, and Team USA clears. Hellebuck comes in strong. It's a quick line change of one guy for McDavid. McDavid back to the front. Flicked over towards, I believe that's going to be McKinnon. McKinnon waits. Gets to Theodore. Theodore tries to wait for the slap shot. Fakes it. Back over to Celebrini. Far boards. Back over to Theodore. Back over to McDavid. McDavid quick over the way shot to Theodore. Hellebuck was that save by Hellebuck. 8 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Celebrini with the shot, and Hellebuck is coming strong. Faber was tripped up behind. Is this going to be a penalty on Team Canada? Not sure, but 8 seconds left on the 5-on-3. One more clear will burn at least one power play. Hellebuck coming in strong several times on Celebrini. Okay, I see what happened here. They called the puck dead, but it wasn't dead. But it'll be the second power play unit. Bo Horvat will be in the circle against Dylan Larkin. Jake Sanderson to Larkin's right. Brad Marchand in the game now. It'll be actually 10 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Big face-off here for Team USA. They line up to the right of Hellebuck. Quick back to over the front. Moves it back over to Makar. Back over to Marner. Marner back to Makar. Makar one-timer. They can't get the puck on the net. It goes past Marchand. Back over to McDavid. 5-on-3 is over. Back over towards McDavid. McDavid waits. Back to the front. Tries to find a man. Marchand saved by Hellebuck. And they clear it. Again, Team USA coming in strong. Bennington back over towards Mitch Marner. 10 seconds left in the power play. A huge 5-on-3 kill for Team USA. And it'll be an icing call with 5 seconds left. Hell of a fucking kill. Team USA's feeling it. We're red, white, and blue-blooded in this American chat tonight. Jeebus is with us. 5 is with us. The Bierstein is with us. That Bettis thing that I need to move back. It's a jar because I had to get stuff out of the printer. God bless. God bless America. NDD. KDRW, I'll get to you after this face-off. Actually, I'll get to you now. KDRW, speak softly and leave your stick on the ice because destiny. Teddy Roosevelt, probably. That stick will be in the Hockey Hall of Fame. The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame if this happens. That stick is immortal. Face off to the right of Bennington. It'll be picked up by Team Canada, but it doesn't matter. The power play is over. 5-on-5 with 8:04 left in the second. Huge kills for Team USA. Marner with speed now. Deflected towards the blue line. Quick wrist shot. Saved by Bennington. It goes out of play. Wait, Bennington. Hellebuck. Oh, yeah, Kenny Albert is... you're stuck in the international feeds. So you can't hear Hellebuck? I mean, you could probably stream it via the 7 Seas of piracy, but as I said, I don't know if you want to deal with the pop-ups. It's annoying as shit. Don't worry, the refs have been like Olympic... Yep, Chechia for the... Oh, Chechia was bitching about the refs, which is weird. It's like you were just being fairly called. The goal from Chechia to tie the Canada game should not have counted. The 6 players on the ice. Well, as I said, it's Chechia was bitching about the refs, which was oddly enough. Oh, Alex Bruno. That was fucking huge. If they win the gold, that's the reason. First gold medal since 80, potentially, for Team USA. Canada, their first with U.S. players since 2010 or 2012, I believe. The golden goal from Crosby. Will we get another golden goal? Who knows? But as I said, Canada misses Crosby badly. You can really tell. Not even that from a leadership gravitas, but Hellebuck is playing the game of his life. But we're about to finish up from break here. NDD. Yes, sir. Thank you all for joining me once again. We have about 225 people here right now. Remember to dislike and unsubscribe to the Dumpster Fire and unsubscribe to my channel too. You deserve it. And I love y'all. Midway, your dogs are getting impatient. Well, your dogs should understand the gravitas of this game. They could get their walks later. Let them get their walks later. The doggos need to understand this is about America. The dude 5 is unfortunately out of town today, so he wasn't able to join the stream, which is a fucking shame. Team USA able to pick it up off the faceoff. It'll be McAvoy. Flicks it up towards Matthews. Matthews tries to find a man. Far side, can't get there. Floated off there by I'm messing up with the goalies. It's Bennington. What am I doing here? Boldy will be able to pick it up towards the blue line. Back over to McAvoy. Tripped up on the play, and Tom Wilson. Bit of a collision there. Is this going to be a penalty on Tom Wilson? Please be a penalty on Tom Wilson. Yeah, Invincible, you should be able to tell them. Or Sean Midway, you should be able to tell them. Yeah, Sean, do it. Connor Hellebuck is an American hero. 32 years old from Commerce, Michigan. The Winnipeg Jet. Probably the best American goalie we've had in a long time. It'll be an icing call for Team USA, and they'll pick it up behind their own blue line. McAvoy clears it into the zone. Bennington can't corral it, but it'll be picked up by Parayko. Parayko picked up. It tries to get to Matthew Tkachuk. He bats it out of the air. Clears it up towards the blue line. Moves it back towards the zone. And Canada will clear. Hagel giving chase with McAvoy towards their own blue line. Behind there, Tkachuk's going to take it now. Back to Gensel at their own blue line. Back over to Matthews. He'll clear the zone, dump it in. Giving chase with him and Travis Sanheim. Theodore's able to clear it out of the zone too. Back to Slavin. They'll reset. Back to Slavin. Slavin moves it back towards the blue line. Pressure off a line change. It's going to be Jack Eichel. Eichel giving chase to Sanheim. Eichel will pick it up. Tries to move it towards the blue line. Deflected in front. Once again, shot back awarded wide. Team USA holds it back into the zone. Sanheim with it now. He'll try to clear, does not. Picked up by Matthew Tkachuk. Clears it up towards the zone. It will be picked up by Theodore, slowed down by Bennington. Theodore tries to move towards the zone, but nobody's there. Picked up on the front. White play by McDavid to get it out of the zone. It was a dangerous grade A chance. He clears it out off the stick check. It'll be dumped in by Team USA again. JT Miller giving chase. Team Canada will clear. Back to the zone. Sanderson will pick it up now. McDavid giving chase, but he'll clear for the line change. Sanderson now with speed. At his own blue line, it'll be picked up over there by Werenski. Werenski dumps it into the zone. It'll be an icing call on Team USA. 6:05 left in the second period. Team USA still leading 1-0, but Canada has had plenty of chances, especially on that 5-on-3. Cincy Browncoat, yep, take the doggos out for after the intermission. Well, KDRW, not be New England Patriots, but be red, white, and blue-blooded Americans. Yes, sir. Cadzooks, and not just that, Team USA women's hockey. The overtime goal. Beautiful stuff. Team USA wins the faceoff. They'll try to clear, but it's tipped in by Makar. Makar on the one-timer, deflected, saved by Hellebuck, but it's rebounded by Team Canada. Marner with it now. Back to the front, over towards, that's going to be Hagel. Hagel back to Stone, tries to get it over to Marner, he can't. Picked up once again by Marner. Marner back to Makar. Makar back over to Stone. Stone tries to get it over the front to Marner, can't. No, it'll be picked up again by Marner. Back to Makar. Makar back to Marner. Back to Wave. Saved by Hellebuck. Hellebuck's a man. Back to Hagel. Hagel over to the front. Back over to Hagel. Hagel tries to get it over to the front. It's picked up by Team USA. Werenski's able to clear. USA will get a partial line change. Makar moves it back over towards Taves. Taves back over towards Hagel. Hagel, one shot, saved by Hellebuck, and it's cleared out of play. Sorry, I think that's Suzuki, not Hagel. Ugh, I can't get my numbers right. Oops. Well, A. Jeevens, you go to Jeebus. Sometimes Jeebus understands. Jeebus definitely understands, my friends. Jeebus saves. Jeebus most definitely saves. And now we have a Team USA commercial, so you got to walk the dogs. Walk the dogs. Yep, they're showing Team Sweden right now. Beating them in overtime. Most points by a defenseman. Quinn Hughes has tied Brian Rafalski for most points by a defenseman in a single Olympics. Rafalski had 8 in 2010. So one more point for Quinn Hughes. He will hold the record for most points by defensemen with NHL players in a single Olympics. Werenski, if he has 4, and Hughes has none, will have the record. But one more, he will be in 3rd place. Quinn Hughes has had 23 minutes of ice time. Cale Makar is averaging 22. Both are around 12 minutes and change. Quinn Hughes is nearing 13 minutes. Hey, Sweden does look good. They've had some solid goalies come out of there. Philip Gustafsson. Tremendous goalie. I mean, you wish Russia could play because their goaltending depth was so incredible. I don't think they would have medaled because they don't have the forward depth or the defense, but their goaltending. Dude, you're rolling with Shesty if he were healthy. Ilya Sorokin. Dude, Ilya Sorokin's been the best goalie in the NHL. Could you imagine him? Holy shit. Bobrovsky, too. You would have had him. Although Bobrovsky was more of a ceremonial guy. But it would have been Sorokin. Horvat will be in the circle against Trocheck. Team Canada wins the faceoff. It'll be taken by Celebrini, pushed off by Matthews. He'll get it back to the blue line. Back over towards Parayko. Parayko, wrist shot, glove saved by Hellebuck. And no hold on. Well, Jotun Bolton, dude, if you... Devon Taves is quite possibly the most underrated player in hockey, and he has been for a long time. I remember him on the Islanders, and the only reason why they got rid of him was because they had to pay Polak Pelech and Matt Barzal. And you can thank Garth Snow for that because he paid Andrew Ladd. Canada wins the circle again. It'll be quick wrist shot again, saved by Hellebuck. Picked up by Hartley. Harley moves it back to the blue line over towards McDavid. McDavid tries to find a man. He got Harley at the blue line. Back over to Parayko near side. Tries to get it over towards Celebrini. He can't. Picked up by Celebrini once again. Quick wrist shot saved by Hellebuck. It's cleared wide. Scrum in front of the boards. Then clear. Team USA and Connor Hellebuck doing yeoman's work again. It's like the polar opposite of Canada-USA women's. It'll be fished out by Quinn Hughes. Cleared out of the zone again. Sanheim will have to recover and clear. Doughty, his partner, gets the puck. Flips it over towards the blue line. It's back overboarded off by Hellebuck at the phone. Back to Faber. Faber back over to Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes waits. Given chase by Marchand. Back over towards Matthews. Back over towards Dylan Larkin with speed. Larkin, far side. Tries to get a puck. It's pickpocketed by by Tom Wilson. Pickpocketed on the play by Doughty. Scrumming along the boards now. Picked up by Tage Thompson. Thompson behind his own net. Given chase there by Travis Sanheim. Sanheim back over to Doughty. And it's picked off. Doughty tries to find a man. He's got Tom Wilson. Back towards the front. He's got Sam Bennett. He'll dump it in. The fourth line out for Team Canada. And it's cleared. And they're going to have to recover at their own zone again. It's Cale Makar now. Makar with his partner Devon Taves. Taves with the puck. He moves it back over towards Mark Stone. Stone over to Makar. Makar tries to find a man. It's McDavid. Tries to find the one-timer for Makar. Can't get there. Blocked off the front. Back over to Taves at the front blue line. Back over towards the front. Back to McDavid. McDavid back over towards Devon Taves. Back to McDavid at the far side playing pick and catch with Devon Taves. Back over towards Cale Makar. Makar circles over with McDavid back over to the far side. Tries to find a man. What? Team USA without a stick. Back over to Makar. Shot saved by Hellebuck. And he'll cover. And a little bit of face washing there on the play by Dylan Larkin and Tkachuk. There it is, America. Come on. Connor Hellebuck. With one N. Respect the name, my friends. Respect the name. You know what? I think it's time for some beef. You're right. We can play the pip. Let's do it. Actually, it'd be nice if I didn't mute the stream, right?
All these.
We have got beef, motherfuckers!
There you go. You always have the beef, my friends. Where is the beef? It was like an old 80s thing by there, man. Where's the beef? I mean, I think it was Wendy's that had that commercial. It was a very popular commercial back in the time, way before my time, unfortunately. But it's just, yeah, a lot of beef. Well, Wembley, yeah, IOC had to do background checks. But it's just how it is. And John Mitt, thank you for supporting me again, my man. Good to see you again. He'll be deflected on the play. Picked up by Team USA, they'll clear the zone. Taves has to recover. Brock Nelson giving chase. He'll get it over towards the Canadian blue line. McKinnon will rebound there. Picked up by Makar. It'll be back to McKinnon. He'll clear the zone. It'll be offsides. So Team USA will pick it up. Taken by McAvoy. McAvoy moves it back over towards Jack Eichel. Back to the front. Nelson will pick it up and can't get there. It's an icing call on Team USA. Arson, Dylan Larkin's the American Dream. He's not Phil Kessel American Dream, but he is the American Dream. And John Mitt, hello treat, first time tuning in on Hockey, man, you're in for a treat. This is a hell of a game. You're watching a goaltending spectacle right now, and his name is Connor Hellebuck. And Matthew Boldy had a hell of a play, too. And Yile, no way Canada will get shut out, right? Dude, if Canada gets shut out, we are building statues all across the nation for Connor Hellebuck. Horvat will be in the face-off circle against Eichel to the right of Hellebuck. They try for the first face-off. It's a little bit of interference. They're going to do it again. Puck is dropped. It'll be cleared over to a little bit of a scrum. It'll be picked up by Team USA with possession. Now they move in with numbers. McAvoy dumps it in. He can't get it past him to go to Nelson. It'll be picked up by McDavid. Sorry, it's not McDavid. It's Horvat. Back over to McAvoy. McAvoy tries to clear, but he won't get there in time. Sanheim will get there, but Team USA will get a line change. Shea Theodore with it now. He'll move it up towards the front, collected by Team Canada. They'll dump it in. Hellebuck at the zone. Sanderson, he has to find a hot kitchen. He'll get out of chase. It's picked off by Team Canada, but quickly swiped away by Team USA. Quinn Hughes behind his own net now. He goes for the saucer pass. He can't get there. Just floored it off by Colton Parayko, and he'll dump it in. Team USA now, they'll have to clear, and this is going to be another icing call. Quinn Hughes trying to find a man. Nobody was there, but Tom Harley's just going to touch it up behind Bennington. Icing call. So this is the third time they played for a gold medal game. Canada has won both times. Team USA lost in Salt Lake City, the home crowd. And then the golden goal in 2010, infamously by Sidney Crosby in Canada, which was a lot of pressure that year, if you remember, for Team Canada. They hadn't won gold in a while. And they did. Back over towards Harley. Back to Makar. Quick wrist shot. Scores! The dam has been broken. Cale Makar has made magic happen for Team Canada. We have a tie game. You knew it was coming. Hellebuyck played a hell of a chance, but Canada is just storming now. Cale Makar's hungry. He wants the gold. I said, I mean, you can't blame Hellebuyck for that one. That was just a hell of a shot. That's what Cale Makar does. Too many icing calls, too many fatigue bodies. That's what happens. Yeah, nobody was on Makar. That's the reality of it. And it was just a clean shot. No deflections. Nothing. Just a quick wrister. Goal. But we have a fresh game now, and Team USA will win the draw. It'll be picked up by Canada in their own zone. Makar, the goal man, gets it now. Marchand's able to clear it towards the zone. It's picked up by Hellebuyck in the back. And it'll be played dead with 1:30 left in the second. Yeah, Canada, as I said, Canada has had all the momentum this period. If USA is going to have to win, they're going to have to thrive at the counterattack. That's the only way. Both teams have had their chances. I mean, Canada should be leading this. Let's be real here, especially with that 5-on-3. As I said, this is why I love watching Cale Makar. Like, he's just an incredible game changer. Yep. Okay, you see everyone delayed. You see Team Canada's like, oh yeah, like the guy in the buff is like, oh yeah, now he scored. It's all the delays from the different feeds. We have 1:33 left in the second period. Both sides are going to get a line change. It'll be just outside the U.S. zone to the right of Hellebuyck. McDavid at the circle against Brock Nelson. Marner and Celebrini are his line mates. And there's the draw. Parayko will dump it in now. Back over towards the blue line. It'll be picked up there by Harley. Harley, quick wrist shot deflected on zone. It'll be stayed in the zone over to Parayko. Cleared over towards the zone. Dumped in. But it'll be picked up by Team USA with numbers. 3-on-2 coming up. Nelson tries to get the puck. He can't corral it. He'll dump it in behind Bennington. Back to JT Miller. Miller back over to Slavin. Back to JT Miller now. Miller, the far zone. He can't get his man. It'll be picked up there by, that was Hannafin, who couldn't corral it though. Slavin with it now. He'll move it back towards the zone. He'll dump it in. Kachuk giving chase to Harley. Harley with it now. He'll back over towards Brent Burns. With over to McDavid. McDavid back to McKinnon. McKinnon back towards the front. Still waiting. Tries to find a man. Deflected. Quick wrist shot. Warded off high. Still moving back with 40 seconds left in the second period. Here comes Faber. Faber with it now with speed. With two men behind him. Back over to Kachuk. Quick wrist shot. Shot wide. Back over to Eichel. He can't corral it. Now over towards the far blue line. Back over to Matthew Kachuk. Dumps it back over towards Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes stays in the blue line. Keeps it in. Picked up progressionally by Seth Jarvis. Back over to Eichel. Eichel back to the front line. Quick wrist shot. Deflected high off the post. Hannafin had it. I believe it's off the post. Quick it back over towards that. 10 seconds left. Back over to Makar. Tries to find Seth Jarvis and does. 5 seconds left. Are they going to review this? They're trying to see if this happened. This might be a goal. Let's see what happened here. It was a shot by Hannafin. Ooh. What happened here? Did that go in? Hold on. No, actually it went off the post. It's right. I thought they were looking to see if it went off the post, but it's an offsides call. Wembley, I am watching it live too, but the problem is I think it's different feeds. 5.2 seconds, another golden chance for the USA, and they can't get it in there. Just the crossbar gods were not in our favor. With 5 seconds left, it'll be picked up by Boldy. He'll dump it in. A Ward save over by Bennington, and that will end the second period. We've got beef, my friends. Beef.
We've got beef, motherfuckers!
Scrum along the boards with Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand, Tom Wilson. There's Charlie McAvoy's in the mix. Drew Doughty and Quinn Hughes are hugging it out. There's a little bit of beef there. It was a little bit of a double. It was a double doink because it hit off Bennington, and then the crossbar. It was a shot by Hannafin at the point, and it's just how it went. But this game is tied. We have a fresh slate for the third period. Tom Wilson is trying to plead his case with a referee. Get beaten by a Frenchman again, Tommy. Gotta get beaten by a Frenchman. Yeah, it was deflected off Gensel or Bennington and went off the crossbar. Wow. What a shot. This has been good hockey, my friends. 250 people here watching this. You could be watching anything else, but I appreciate you being here. Remember to dislike and unsubscribe. Crossbar to pole. Well, Yile, no way Canada did not get shut out. You jinxed it. You're doing this on purpose. I know you're neutral being a Filipino, but I'm just saying. Brazil winning gold in 2030 for for bobsled? I think Brazil did medal in a sport, I believe. Yeah, they did. They did win a gold. Pinheiro Braathen won a gold. So it's their first Winter Olympics medal, and it's a gold medal in alpine skiing, of all things. So Brazil did win a gold medal. Yep, exactly. They did win a gold. I thought so. I said, they're going to be making movies about that. It's like the Jamaican bobsled team. Yep, alpine skiing. Ooh, Tajbir, the first hockey game you're watching live. Dude, you're watching a good game, man. It's, as I said, it's like Four Nations. If you saw Four Nations last year, USA, Canada, that was a big game as well. Well, Invincible, I mean, real Californians were up already. Just saying. I mean, the Las Vegans might be, like, waking up right now. Denver and Brandon's probably waking up like, yeah, sports ball, yeah, hockey. And Tom's just sitting there like, just sleeping. First in Latin America, motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. First in Latin America, my man. You beat out the Jamaican bobsled team. Oh, Red Rhino, our hearts are definitely not ready for the third period, my man. This is what hockey's all about. Definitely what hockey's all about, my friends. But tell you what, I will be back in just a moment. I just got to take care of some peeing for the train. Tree has peed and is desperate. Cincy brown coat. What breed of doggo do you have, my friend? Hopefully there are some big dogs and not those little poofy ones that go. I mean, they're cute too. I'm not gonna lie, but my mom had a couple poodles when I was younger, and the problem is, like, when they were growing out, they looked like little puppies, so I liked them. But when I did not like them with their poodle haircuts. They looked too floofy. I was not a fan of that. I mean, it's not just that. It's one of them was kind of a diva. It was the one that barked about the Daniel Jones pick to warn us about. His name was Storm. But I always called him in Stormy O'Brown because he was a diva. He was a diva pup. German Shepherds. Oh, you got some majestic dogs. I mean, they're great. I mean, they had a bad rep throughout the 90s, but they are loyal protector dogs, man. Iron Fury, you did the American service, my friend. Your work will understand. I wonder how many bars opened up early for this game. Oh, every Canadian bar is probably packed as shit. They're serving mimosas and Bloody Marys and root beer floats. Probably root beer floats if you're underage. Shoily temples. And elbows are out for Canada. Yeah, they're going to say the 5-on-3. If the U.S. wins, it's because they burned that 5-on-3. Thank you for being with me. I don't know. Iron Fury, I believe a kilometer is 1.8 miles. No, nobody knows what a kilometer is. It's how many miles are in a kilometer? It is 0.621371 miles per kilometer. I mean, gym would have been a lot easier if we just ran a kilometer instead of a mile. They probably make you run 2 kilometers because they're bitches. Just makes it easy because a mile is 5,280 feet. See? Simple. It's simple measurements. Instead of 1 kilometer is 0.621371 miles. And the moon in June is on the grassy noon. Or some stupid shit like that. Fuck your old English and your REs before ER. Be American, man. Although RE makes it sound classy and fancy, so pinky's up in the air, my friends. Well, MK3A metric is better because you multiply or divide by 10. Well, you also do that for centimeter, millimeter, decimeter, like just anything like that. Although I think we have the same measurements there, but... Yep. The imperial system is great. Well, meters, you don't use measurements there. It's usually centimeters. You use centimeters for those measurements. Like height, it's not foot, inches, it's centimeters. And weights by kilogram, not by pound. Archangelby, what the fuck is a Celsius? I think Fahrenheit's a little more precise. But as I said, it's just, I think what throws people off, especially if you're from not native, is that Celsius, like freezing, is 0. For Fahrenheit, freezing is 32. So I think that's what does it. Aqua Gamer Sean Shanley. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining me, my man. If it's anything like 2010, we go into overtime. Oh, dude, can we handle overtime? Another golden goal? Oh, baby. Oh, Big Orama? Oh, dude, watching Day 15 Sumo, if it's Hoshoyu versus Onosato, or Onosato versus Aonishiki, oh, yeah. It's like a 3-way playoff. It's one of those. I wish I could watch more sumo. The problem is, like, the big things happen at 4 in the morning for me. Maybe that's why I should be on the West Coast. Because I would be able to watch primetime sumo. Because the problem is, I can get to Juryo, especially during daylight savings time. But after that, like, I'm just too tired. I have to go to sleep. Maybe once in a while, if I'm up, like, doing work, I'm able to see the intro for Magashira and the Makunochi wrestlers. But unfortunately, I can't see it. I have to watch highlights. And there's some good highlight channels, man. Oh, Aonishiki is an exciting white. He is on his road to Yokozuna. Another win in February, or in March, I should say, that'll do it. Yep. Oh, McLaren did centimeters instead of inches. Yep. With Fernando Alonso. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Indeed. And super counterparts. Remember, we bring out the Jeebus indeed. Praise the Jeebus and praise super counterparts for being a member of the high-end talent. We still need to do a private stream. I don't know why we haven't yet, but we just haven't had the time. That's why I don't do memberships on my channel, because unfortunately, I just don't have the time, and I just want to make it worth your while if I do. This is how I be. But, hey, Treat, Winnipegger with conflicting interests. Oh, I bet, dude. I mean, not just him, but Kyle Connor is probably a healthy scratch on this roster, so you have him, you have, and Hellebuck is just playing out of his mind. But, I mean, with Winnipeg, too, Team Canada, so it's understandable. Well, Jotun Bolton, Yokozuna wasn't. We all did. That's the thing. And the ironic thing is, WWF at the time had a sumo wrestler. You remember Earthquake? John Tenta? He was a sumo wrestler. He was actually, he made it up to Makushita, the tier 3 rung, and then he just burned out and retired. And I know his master got pissed and told him off, but that was just sumo at the time. But he had the potential to be Sekitori, which is a salaried wrestler. So they had an actual sumo wrestler. That's why they had that sumo wrestling match between John Tenta, also known as Earthquake, and Yokozuna, because Earthquake was an actual sumo wrestler. He had the top knot and everything. Well, Yokozuna was part of a famous wrestling family, the Anoa's, I believe, who are still famous wrestlers. Yeah, Fernando Alonso and a Honda engine. Yep. You have an American Staffordshire Terrier that's also part Pit Bull, part Rottweiler, and part German Shepherd. Ooh. He just loves to jump and likes to bark. Big Iona, well, he retired from sumo. I think he had nothing but Kachikoshis. Let me look up his record real quick, because he was a sumo wrestler. He was undefeated. Yeah, he won championships in Jonakuchi, Jonadan, and Sandanme. So, as I said, he was dominating. So, if I remember quickly, he soon quit the sport due to the difficulty of the sumo lifestyle and the toll the hard ring surface was taking on his body. Because the ring surface is hard clay. It hurts like fucking hell. And they make that clay fresh every single tournament. And they dry it out. So as I said, that is an unforgiving surface. Especially since it's elevated too. Because if you fall, there is padding below. But there have been some serious injuries that have happened as a result of it. Yeah, and he also had a tattoo of a tiger on his left biceps and covered it during matches. He would have felt required to remove it via skin graft by moving up. So tattoos were associated with the Yakuza. I think that's why. Oh yeah, dude. Jotun Bolton. Dude. Here's the thing. Clay dirt, that's at least dry. Imagine clay dirt being hardened and drying out in open air. That is the clay surface that sumo wrestlers are on. Tree, if you were the Raiders, what would you make someone pay for number one? Pretty much name their price. 4 first-round picks. I mean, there's the thing. They have all the leverage right now because there are no other quarterbacks in this draft. And I'm not even crazy about Fernando Mendoza. He's more of a game manager, honestly. Because he's made some great throws. He's been clutch. He has that dog in him, but as I said, I don't know about his upside. I think his floor is okay, but I'm not sure about his upside. Is he truly elite, or is he just Just the best of a really bad class. I liked Cam Ward out of Miami a lot better last year than I do Mendoza. And I'm not saying anything bad about Mendoza. I just don't know about his upside. I remember this time last year we were looking forward to the 2026 class. Sorry. I've had some really bad post-nasal drift, stuffy nose. It's annoying as shit, especially since like Wednesday. It's annoying. And Yile for 50 bones. Why is there no interest of an NBA team in Pittsburgh? Simply put, it's a combination of factors. You don't really have much of a minority population. You have a declining population because a lot of people moved, especially in the 70s and 80s. You're a 3-sport town. There's no real hunger for a 4th sport. You do have the arena for the NBA. You've had tournament games here, not Final Fours, but tournament games. But at the same time, if you look at the Pittsburgh basketball, I don't think there was a team because they've had so many different they've had. I remember the Pittsburgh Piranhas when I was a kid. The Pittsburgh Pipers of the ABA. They had to move. The Condors were another team. The Pittsburgh Ironmen. The Phantoms. The Explosion. But as I said, they were all gone in a matter of a year or two. And even in the heyday back in the day, it just never worked out. As I said, I remember the Pittsburgh Piranhas. The Phantoms. The Explosion. It was just a lot of guys, and they just never really worked out. The Pittsburgh Raiders, the Pittsburgh Pipers, the Condors, the Fish Who Saved Pittsburgh, which was I've never seen that movie, but as I said, it's a very B movie, if I say so myself. Ooh, Cody DHF. What winter and summer Olympic event do you think would have the best chance of doing well in curling and race walking? I would probably say sweating. That's my only Olympic talent. And Crazy Frankie. No better way to watch USA Canada gold medal than alongside the legendary Yinzer. You Tree Cheers. Thank you, brother. We're about to start the third period. Connor McDavid will be facing in the face-off circle against Jack Eichel. Tied at 1 for all the marbles. Gold glory or silver sadness. Silver sadness. Here we go. Third period is underway. Team USA will get the puck. They'll clear it out with McAvoy. It'll be picked up by Colton Parayko. Back over to Harley. Harley with the puck now. They'll move it up towards the front line to Macklin Celebrini. Mac tonight gets the puck over the blue line. Jukes over several defenders. Gets it back to McDavid. McDavid tries to clear the zone. He can't get there. It'll be taken over by McAvoy. Picked off by Team Canada again. Tom Wilson now on their line with it now. Back over towards Harley. Back to Celebrini. He tries to get it to McDavid. He can't, but he's picked up by Celebrini again. Tries to get it to McDavid. Now does. Behind Hellebuck now. Back over to McDavid. Tries to get it over towards Wilson. Can't get there. Picked up by McDavid again. He'll flick it over towards the zone. Back over towards Wilson. Canada buzzing in the U.S. zone. Be taken by Team USA now. Brady Tkachuk tries to get there. He'll dump it in. And it'll be an icing call. They couldn't find anybody. Picked up by Harley. 19-12 left in the third period. Lock the fuck in, boys. Beast of Metal, what's up, brother? Good to see you again, man. This is such fucking bullshit. I looked and said this game was supposed to start now, not 2 hours ago. What the hell happened? They changed it. That's the reality, man. I started late, too. I thought the national anthems were starting at 8:10. Because that's usually how the American works. Oh, no, it's starting right at 8:10. Face off in the American zone. They'll win it. Picked up by Dylan Larkin now. They'll dump it in the zone. And it's going to be another icing. So we continue it now. The explosion. Was your best player Michael Bay? I mean, that too. Nothing wrong with a good explosion. Well, Iron Fury, UConn's a hell of a school. And I think the problem is you've lost a few teams, like the Whalers, for example. And now it's picked up by Team Canada. Back over to Taves. Taves to the blue line. He tries to flick it over towards the net. It bounces high, but stays in play. Back over towards Quinn Hughes now. Hughes tries to find a man. He's bullied off the puck by several Canadian players. Back over to Taves to the blue line. Back over to Makar. Makar with a goal for Canada. Back over to Taves. Flicks it over towards the blue line. Deflected wide, but picked up by Team Canada again. Moves it back over towards Taves. Taves back to the blue line. Over to Marner. Marner back at the blue line. Skating towards the far side. Tries to find a man. Deflected in front. Back in front by Taves. And he just missed the net. He had a wide open hole. He couldn't find it though. I don't know if it was deflected or not. But it was a golden chance for Canada. They're going to have to regroup behind Binnington. And Makar has it now. 30 shots to Canada 16. They are swarming. Back over towards Bennett. It's offsides. How did Taves miss that? In a wide open hole. It was a save by Binnington with the stick. Oh! Literally by mere centimeters. Hellebuck's stick stopped the shot. It deflected just wide. Wow. Holy shit. Matthews on the draw against Bennett. Bennett wins it now. Sanheim will dump it in. Tries to give chase. Back over to Slavin. Back to by Faber. He whiffs on the shot. It'll be picked up by Team Canada. But now it's picked up by Team USA. It'll be deflected wide. But it'll be going out of play. And it'll actually go towards just outside the U.S. blue line. But it is definitely a hell of a side. Damian Clara and Samuel Hava. They could. The question is, will they get guaranteed NHL time? That's usually, if you're a European vet, that's usually the situation there. Like, there are a lot of Europeans that don't make the cut, or they just leave. Like, Vitaly Kravtsov, he was in Vancouver for a little bit. He couldn't make the NHL roster. He went back to Russia. Team USA is still hemmed in their own zone. Matthew Tkachuk's now going to take it. With speed. Back over to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes tries to find a man. Tries to find a defender. Back over towards the zone behind Binnington. But he's picked off the puck again by Sam Bennett. Canada is just out-muscling the U.S. in every way. They'll clear the zone. Picked up by Werenski. No icing call. They'll have to regroup. Werenski with it now. Tries to find a man and does. It'll be picked up on the play there. Tries to back over towards the far side. Back over to Tage Thompson. Back over, deflected wide. Here comes Jeff Jarvis. Jarvis with, I believe this is going to be Suzuki behind him. Jarvis at the blue line. Moves it back over towards the front. Back to Suzuki. Moves it back over to Parayko. Parayko back over to Harley. Misses the pass. Tries to get it back. It's picked off by Austin Matthews. Back to Boldy. Clears the blue line. But it'll be picked up by Harley again. He'll regroup. Back over the front, over to Jarvis. Moves it back over to Brendan Hagel. Hagel tries to find a man. It's deflected wide. Back over to Parayko at the front. Back over to Suzuki. Back to Hagel. Hagel looks. Finds a man. It's going to be a one-time shot by Harley. Deflected wide. Back over towards Jarvis. Jarvis with the puck now. Picked off by Werenski, but it's going to be taken there by Suzuki. Before Boldy picks it up for Team USA. And they'll clear the zone. And is it going to be icing? Yes, it is. Tom Harley's able to grab it for icing. 16:38 left in the third, tied at 1. And Canada is swarming. Swarming. According to EFH, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, yeah, he was a late bloomer. Played in Sweden for a while, born in France. But as I said, I don't think he won with Colorado, though. So it was... Might have won with Colorado, I'm not sure. Let me double check. But before then, it's Devon Taves going to pick it up. Let me double check here. Give me a second. No, he did not. He did not win a cup with Colorado or Tampa Bay. It's going to be a one-time shot deflected over. Team USA will pick it up now. JT Miller will have to dump it in. They're pretty much turtling right now. Back to Taves at his own blue line. Back to Makar. It's picked off by Tage Thompson. Thompson tries to get it to the blue line, does. Back Jake Hughes can't keep it in the zone. They'll have to regroup. Tage Thompson with it now. Moves it back over towards JT Miller. Back to Quinn Hughes. Hughes with it now. Skating towards behind the net. Gets past Sanheim. Tries to find a man. Can't get there. Picked off by Team Canada. Celebrini tries with it now, but picked off by Team USA again. Hughes with it now. Back one-time shot by McAvoy. It's blocked. Here comes Celebrini. Celebrini on the breakaway. Here he comes. Quick wrist shot saved by Binnington. On the wrist shot by Celebrini, and he saves their bacon yet again. Bail him out like Franny May and Freddie Mac. Good Lord. What a save. Connor Hellebuck is single-handedly keeping the U.S. in it. Suzuki with it now. Tries to get it back over towards the blue line. It'll be picked up by Team USA and Slavin. Slavin tries to get it over towards the blue line. It'll be picked up by Marner. Now taken by Team USA. They get it in towards the blue line. Tries to get it over towards Brock Nelson, or Dylan Larkin, I should say. But he won't get there. Marner's going to grab it now. Taken over the front by Parayko. Parayko back into the front. He scratched past Austin Matthews. Parayko, quick wrist shot saved by Bennington. Back over towards Marchand. Marchand with it now. Back over to the blue line, over to Harley. Harley, one-timer by Parayko, shot wide. Screaming towards Tom Wilson now. Back over to Harley at the blue line. Another one-timer by Parayko, saved by Bennington. Not Bennington. Hellebuck! I'm messing up my goalies again. But Parayko with 2 deadly one-timers. And Hellebuck is able to stop it. But a big stop on Macklin Celebrini, who has been incredible off the block shot on McAvoy's slapper. Celebrini just couldn't get much on it. I don't know if he was trying to elevate that or not, but he had more space if he could. I guess he just didn't have a sense there. Yeah, Beast of Metal, I agree, though. This is bullshit. It'll now be Vinny Trocheck at the faceoff circle, but he loses it. It'll be picked up there by Seth Jarvis. Jarvis at the blue line now. Tries to find a man, does not. It's back by Jake Sanderson. Dumps it in towards the zone. Picked up on the play. Tries to find Harley. Harley behind his own net, given chase by Brock Nelson. Harley still moving the puck. He'll get it back to Doughty now. Doughty at the front. Dumps it in the zone. Hellebuck fires it behind his own net. It'll be taken there by Jake Sanderson. Sanderson to the blue line. Tries to find a man. He'll clear to the zone. Do a little Murphy dump. Tries to get it to Matthew Tkachuk. Can't get there. It'll be picked off by Drew Doughty. Behind his own net's going to be Harley. Harley moves it back over to Seth Jarvis. He'll dump it in. Picked up by Team USA. McAvoy tries to find a man, can't get there. Nearly picked up by Team Canada. Quick wrist shot by Hagel, saved by Hellebuck. Back over towards Suzuki. Suzuki back to Taves. He'll dump it in the zone. A dangerous play by Team USA. Bailed out by Hellebuck again. Back over towards the front. Moves it back to Hagel, picked off the puck. Tries to find a man. He'll get it to Quinn Hughes, though, but he'll pick it off again. Hughes slows the play down. 13:46 left in the third period. Tries to find a man. It's Jack Eichel. Eichel with speed with a man behind him. Tries to go behind the net. Can't get there. Now behind Bennington. Back to the front. Tries to find Brady Tkachuk. Shot wide. Back over to Brady Tkachuk again. Moves it back to the front. Shot blocked now. Back over towards Cale Makar. He'll escape at the zone. Picked off by Team USA. Eichel keeps it in the zone. Back over towards Eichel near side. Far side. Delivered shot. Blocked again. Picked up by Team Canada. Back over towards Celebrini. Back over to Tom Wilson. Wilson moves it back over towards the front. Tries to deflect the puck. Can't get there in time, though. It's taken by Team USA and Trocheck. Faber trying to get it out of his zone. Cannot. Standing in there with Tom Wilson, the hated Washington Capital. Back over towards McKinnon. McKinnon with it now. Skating towards the near side. Tries to find a man. Open with shot towards Theodore. Shot blocked. Theodore shot again. Shot high. And is out of play. 13:01 left in the third period. Oh, baby. I mean, USA should have brought Jason Robertson, but here's the thing. They needed the grit and tenacity of JT Miller. That's why they couldn't bring in Jason Robertson. I mean, Canada, they brought in... They didn't bring Wyatt Johnston. So, just saying. I mean, Jason Robertson would look really good in black and gold. Just saying. I don't think they'll get him at the deadline. They'll probably get him in the offseason if the chance comes. That's when the sweepstakes will hit, because you're going to need to pay on the big bucks. Over $10 million a year. The big... Oh, Cody DFH, favorite NHL video game? NHL 94. That was an incredible game. I would say that, and they're like the old NHL games, like 93, 94, the old franchise modes, like in the early 2000s, they were good shit. NHL 07 was like revolutionary for its time too. Oh, Horvat's 14. Yeah, that's my problem. I'm just like, it's Suzuki's the 10. Yeah, sorry about that. That's why I'm not a pro commentator, kids. I keep flubbing names. Problem is, it's hard to see on a TV. You can't get the numbers there. It's fun. Football's easier to commentate. Baseball is slower. You have to be more of a storyteller. Basketball depends what you're looking at, too. My clock's stuck at 20 minutes? Yes. Let me try and reset this. No, I think it's just the thing itself. It's the bug itself. I think the bug's just bugging out. Sean Shanley, I'm going to see if I can fix this real quick. Hold on to your butts, kids. Team USA fighting for their lives. But unfortunately, it is not looking too good right now. It'll be a face-off delayed over towards Team Canada again. But let me try refreshing this real quick. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to... Yeah, it's the bug itself. That's the problem. But what's important, it's still 1-1. I don't know why the bug's not working today. That's why I have the bug, man. I'll be dumped in the zone. Once again by Team USA in their own territory. 12:43 left in the third period. Cleared out by Team Canada. Mark Stone with it now. Stone moves it back over to Cale Makar. Makar back over to Devon Taves. Devon Taves flicks it over towards the blue line. Marner clears it and dumps it in. McAvoy giving chase. He'll get the puck behind Hellebuck. McAvoy with speed. Moves it back over towards the blue line. Picked up by Team USA. They'll dump it in. Jake Gensel now giving chase. Picked up by Sanheim. Tries to get it towards the blue line now. Picked up by Matthew Boldy. Boldy giving chase now. Bunched on the play there by, I believe, that's going to be McAvoy. But it's picked up by Team Canada. Sanheim will dump it in towards the zone. Screaming towards the end boards. Picked up by Jake Sanderson. Trying to find the puck. Being given chase by Sam Bennett, who was nearly not on this roster. Only on because of injury. Will be picked up by Team USA again. Jack Hughes with it now. Back over to Jake Sanderson. Trying to play catch up behind his own net. Slowing pace down, 11:50 left in the third period. Now picked up by Team USA and Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson with speed far side, into the Canadian zone. Back over to the blue line, picked up over towards Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes behind the net, tries to find a man, blocked up by Team Canada, picked up by Hughes again. Hughes tries to find a man, but he stays in bounds. No, it actually can't stay in bounds. It's now picked up by Brandon Hagel. Hagel with speed far side. One man behind him, just trying to find time for a line change and does. No penalty on the play, no interference. It was just clean hockey. Picked up by Brock Nelson now. It gets it out of the zone, but it'll be recovered by Tom Harley. Harley back over towards McDavid, back over towards Parayko, back to Harley. Harley at the front side, tries to find the long saucer pass over to Hagel. Hagel behind him, back to McDavid. McDavid back over towards Hagel behind Hellebuck, back over to McDavid. McDavid in the offense, back over to Hagel. Hagel far side, back over. He can't find Makar. It's going to clear back to the Canadian zone with 11 minutes left in the third period. Little line change for Team USA, but not much there. It'll be picked up by Malcolm Celebrini. Back over towards McKinnon. McKinnon now back to McDavid. McDavid back over to Celebrini. He can't find a man. Picked up once again by McKinnon. And McKinnon hit the post. He had a wide open net, but he couldn't find it there. Oh my God. The post is saving Team USA too. Brady Tkachuk able to dump it in back over towards Quinn Hughes far side. He goes behind Jordan Binnington now. Hughes with it now, skating circles, back over towards back. One-time shot by Trocheck, saved by Binnington. Binnington keeps it out of the net again with several more whacks. Back over towards Werenski. Werenski, one-time shot over towards Quinn Hughes, block shot wide. Back over towards Jacqueline Celebrini. Scrub towards the far boards. Oh my goodness. McKinnon. I can't believe he missed that shot. He doesn't miss that shot 99 of 100 times. Rowensky back behind his own net. He's going to slow it down again. Moves it back over towards Sanderson. Dumps it in the zone, but it's going to be picked off by Brent Burns. Burns over to the blue line. Back over towards, I believe this is going to be Nick Suzuki now. Trying to find Chase. Picked up on the play. Back over towards Sanheim. Sanheim on the boards. Moves it back over towards the front. Tries to find his man. Cannot find it there, though. Scrum along the boards. It'll be taken there by Zach Werenski. Werenski's going to clear the puck now. Back over towards the front. Now it'll be picked up by Sanheim. Back over to Brent Burns. Burns moves it back far side, taken over by several Canadian players. He'll be tried to pick off by Jack Hughes. He'll get it in his own zone. Jarvis giving chase. Nearly loses the puck. He's able to recover. Hughes back over now. Over to McAvoy. McAvoy waits. Suzuki giving chase on the forecheck. Moves it back towards the front, deflected in, dumped. Picked up by Binnington, saved on his own net. He'll dwart it in towards the side, but it's going to be handed off over towards Jacob Slavin. Slavin will dump it in now. Binnington can't corral it to be picked up by Boldy. Boldy moves it back over to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes, it's deflected over by Canadian, but picked up over the play by Hannafin. Shot, deflected wide. Back over to the front, still in play. It's a 2-on-2 action. Back over towards Marner. Marner tries to find a player. He cannot find him, though. Back over towards Stone. Stone tries to find the man. Can't get there. It's picked off by Austin Matthews. Errant pass. Back over towards the front. It's over an American skate. Is this going to be too many men? No. They're actually going to let him keep playing. Stone's able to pick it up again. Back over towards the front. Back over to Taves. Back over towards the back. Back to Marchand. Marchand Skating around in circles, trying to find a man. Quick wrist shot, blocked off, saved by Hellebuck. One time deflected, back over the save. Scrub in front of the boards, tries to find Marchand. Saved by Hellebuck again, and they're going to clear the zone. Another golden chance for Team Canada. They just can't find the net. And it's going to be picked up by Team USA. Dylan Larkin able to dump it in, trying to get to McCarr. McCarr moves it back over to Sam Bennett. Can't get there in time. And it'll be cleared on the play there once again by, I believe that's JT Miller. JT Miller with it now. Now giving chase back over towards Sam Bennett. Now I get to Celebrini. Celebrini moves it back over towards Sam Bennett. Bennett, quick wrist shot, blocked off, saved by Bennington. Actually, was shot wide by Seth Jarvis. It's going to be McKinnon now with it. Back over to Taves. Taves, one-time shot by Theodore, saved by Bennington. Oh my goodness. Canada cannot buy a goal if their lives depended on it. Connor Hellebuck is gone. Yeah, like even if they lose, build statues to Jordan Bennington across the United States. Couple whacks by that. It was saved by McAvoy off the deflection, and then it's a wide open cage for Marchand. He just can't get it in there in time. Another shot by Suzuki. I thought it was like it was deflected by a defender, but holy shit. Canada's not choking. They just can't find the net. MK3A. It's for 5 bones. This past NFL season, did you enjoy making Days of Our Steelers or That's So Raven more? Of course I enjoy making That's So Raven more. I'd rather deal with the Ravens drama than the Steelers drama. Which AFC North team do you find the most sympathy with? Ravens. Because the reality is they keep pissing away golden opportunities and they should be better than this. Well, of course this should not be tied. Canada should be leading like 4-1 right now. Couple posts, that 5-on-3 penalty kill, some great saves by Bennington, and my stream chat crashed again, so I have to reload this. Great. Lovely. But hold on to your butts, kids. We got ourselves some good old-fashioned Canadian action. American action. 335 people here right now on the dumpster fire. Support each and every one of you. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Remember to dislike and unsubscribe to this channel, because this is why it's called a Shitstravaganza, my friends. The tree must pee. It's always destiny. Face-off circle. It'll be McKinnon now in the circle. It'll be against Vinny Trocheck. Canada wins the face-off. Back over towards Sanheim. He'll clear the zone. Tries to find the back. Can't get it out, though. It'll be taken by Brady Tkachuk. Clears the zone, though. Tkachuk with it now. Trying to find it, but there's scrums on the boards. It'll be swooped up by Quinn Hughes. Hughes moves it back over to McAvoy. McAvoy waits. Finds a man. It's Brady Tkachuk. He'll dump it in the zone. Warded off by Bennington. Picked up on the play by Theodore. Given chase by Jack Eichel. Eichel moves it back. McKinnon behind him. Picked up by Team USA again. Picked off. Back over to McAvoy at the far side. Back over towards Jack Hughes. Hughes behind him. Tries to juke behind. Can't get the puck off, but he still controls the puck. Trying to control the puck, but it's picked off by McDavid. Canada now has possession. Macklin Celebrini with it now. Here comes McKinnon. McKinnon with speed. Jukes behind the defender. Can't get back. Backhand saved by Bennington. Or Hellebuck, I should say. Hellebuck. But it's going to be a penalty call on Team Canada. Jack Hughes is hounding down on the sideline. There will be a power play for Team USA. They still have possession, though. Back over towards Brock Nelson. But it'll be picked up by Tom Wilson with 6:34 left in the third period. Team USA is going on the power play. What's up, 5? You should be here right now, but you're away. No, I can't be on this game. Sam Bennett is going to the box for interference. 2-minute penalty for Team USA to do something. Wait, it's 4 minutes. Is that 4 minutes? McKinnon with a fantastic move and backhander. Oh, okay. It was an inadvertent high stick on Jack Hughes. Yeah. That might be 4 minutes. Let's see. Debadicki? I don't know about it. It's a double minor for Team Canada. He drew blood. Sam Bennett is in the box for 4 minutes for Team Canada. Team USA has the potential to do major Major damage on a white-hot Jordan Bennington. Team Canada and all of Canada now prolapsing in their anuses throughout every bar from British Columbia to Newfoundland to the Prince Edward Isles. Some happy Canadian lady's trying to pretend to smile, but she knows she's nervous as hell. It'll be a face-off between Bo Horvat and Austin Matthews. Canada wins the draw. They'll clear. First part done for Team Canada. 6:25 left in the third period. 3:50 left in the penalty. Quinn Hughes goes behind his own net and will try to reset and move it back into his own. Back to the front. Picked off over by Matthews. Eichel goes back to the zone. It's deflected. There's nobody there. They're going to have to reset again. Back over to Tage Thompson. Tage Thompson with it now. He tries to get it over towards Devon Taves. He won't clear, but he'll keep it out of the zone. Makachuk with it. Back over to Matthews. Back over to Quinn Hughes. They're trying to find time, but they're burning too much of it. 3:23 left in the penalty. Matthews with it now has space. Gets it in the zone. Makachuk with it now. We'll dump it over towards the near side, over towards Thompson. Back over towards Austin Matthews. He can't corral the puck, but it'll be picked up by Thompson again. Back over to Matthews, far side boards. Trying to find a man. Still waiting for it. Corrals for it. Moves it back over to Eichel. Back to over the front. Picked up by Hughes at the far boards. It was a screaming pass. Back over towards Matthews. Matthews at the front side. Waits. Still waiting. Backs it, hands it over towards Quinn Hughes. Back over the front. Over towards Eichel. Quick wrist shot. Saved by Bennington. Scrumming for in front of the net. It can't get back there. It's screaming towards Canada. Kachuk's able to pick it up. Can he keep it in? No, he cannot. It's picked up by Mitch Marner, and he will hold on to the puck, moves it back into his own zone. They're just burning time. Back over towards Harley. Back to Mitch Marner. Marner with it now. Back over to McDavid. McDavid back to Stone. Stone, they're just burning as much time as they can with 2:32 left. This has been a disastrous penalty kill, or a power play so far for Team USA. Werenski back in the second unit, moves back over to Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes still back in this game over healthy. Parayko tries to find the puck. He can't get there in time, but it's picked up by Team USA and Werenski. Gensel with it now. Back over towards Boldy. Boldy, far side. Tries to find his man. It's Werenski. Werenski back to Boldy. Boldy moves it back to Werenski. Werenski at the far side. Back over towards Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes tries to find a man. One-time shot by Gensel. Walked off and blocked off. Back over towards Hughes again. Back towards the front sideline. Back over to Werenski. Werenski, far side. Back over to Gensel. Great wrist shot. Saved by Bennington. It's cleared up in front. Back over towards the front. Back over towards Boldy. Boldy at the far side. Given pressure by several Canadian players, including Brendan Hagel. Hagel gets the puck. Can't control it. It's going to be kept out, but he keeps it out of the play. Werenski couldn't keep it in. They're going to have to reset again. Back over towards Jack Hughes. Hughes back in by several Canadian players. They'll clear it again. 1:30 left in the power play. They can't corral it. They're able to get a line change. Boldy with it now. Boldy moves it back towards the far side. They can't get anything. It's a swarm of Canadians. Non-stop. Hughes can't control it now, and it's going to be another penalty. The stick goes high on Bo Horvat, and now it's a 2-on-2. Makar tries to deflect it. He can't control it. It's still corralled there by Makar. Back over towards Marner. They're just burning as much time as they can. Empty net for Canada. McKinnon, the extra attacker. Moves it back over to Celebrini. Celebrini back at the front. Over towards Marner. Marner back over towards McKinnon. Will be picked up by Jack Eichel with 3:23 left in the third period, and it was a disaster. A disastrous power play for Team USA. Jack Hughes will be going to the box with 3:23 left in the third period. 49 seconds on the power play. So, they do have some time 4-on-4. But, Jack Hughes can corral the puck. Bo Horvat, no blood, thank the Lord. And Terry D, 3008. Wow, this is some of the best hockey I've seen in quite a while. Olympic gold medal games, baby. This is what they do. MK38 for 10. Thank you, brother. Does NBC Olympics deserve their own locale for tape delaying and treating the Olympics like a reality soap opera? Hence, lack of promo for athletes like Alyssa Liu. Will LA 2028 cross the line? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, as I said, that power play was atrocious. That was a tremendous kill. As I said, Connor Hellebuck is the only reason why this game is tied. Let's be real here. Let's be real. And the problem is, like, if you watch USA, like, they have it live, the problem is you're missing a lot of different aspects of, like, the sport itself. Like, they show the big ones and the Americans, they don't show every single competitor. And they have a lot of commercials, too, so there is that. I mean, I get why they make it a show. They do it for the boomers. Because the boomers had the old shows back in the 70s and the 80s, and they're just trying to keep it that. Money does talk. NBC, this is their golden jewel. It's 4-on-4 now. Quinn Hughes is going to take it as the U.S. wins the draw. They're just going to try and burn a little time with 3:15 left. Back over to Jack Eichel. Eichel with it now. Tries to find space. He can't get past Marner. Now he does. Back forwards with 3 Canadians on him. A quick wrist shot blocked wide. Taken by Quinn Hughes now. 27 seconds left in the 4-on-4. He'll pass it back to McAvoy. They're just trying to find an opening, but he does not. He actually loses the puck. It's going to be picked off by Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed. Behind, back to the side. 2, 3 U.S. players behind him. Now it's going to be picked up by Macklin Celebrini. Celebrini, quick wrist shot blocked off wide. It'll be kept in the zone there by McKinnon. Back over towards Celebrini. 5 seconds left in the play. Jack Eichel will clear. And the penalty is over for Sam Bennett. A huge kill for Team Canada. 1:10 power play left for Team Canada with 2:30 left in the third period. The big guns are out. The big guns are out. Here comes McDavid. McDavid back to McKinnon, far side. Back into the boards. Move it back behind Hellebuck. McKinnon still with the puck. He's still bucking. Waiting for a man. Gets a puck. Moves it back over to McKinnon. McKinnon with it now. Tries to find a one-timer by Celebrini. Saved by Hellebuck. Deflected on the play by Brock Powers. Moves it back to the side. Back over towards McCarr. McCarr back over towards McKinnon. McKinnon back over towards McCarr. McCarr back to McKinnon. McKinnon tries to find a man. He tries to find Celebrini. It's blocked off by several Americans. Back over to McDavid. McDavid back to McCarr at the blue line. McCarr waits. Finds McDavid. Tries to find a man. Back over to McCarr. McCarr back over to McKinnon. Waiting for a man. Tries to find a man. Quick wrist shot by Reinhart. Saved by Hellebuck. Moves it back to the side. Muscled off by the Americans. Slavin with it now. He can't control it. It's still in Canadian territory. Canadian possession. Back over towards McKinnon. 10 seconds left in the power play. McKinnon with it now. Tries to find a man. Reinhart save. Shot wide. And it's going to be cleared by Team USA. They'll kill off the penalty. 1:23 left in the third period. McCarr's able to get the puck back in his own zone. Back over towards Colton Parayko. Parayko behind his own net, waits to reassess the action. Back in front now, out of his own zone, tries to find a Canadian, gets affected, warded off. They'll have to regroup again with Harley. 1 minute left in the third period. Will we have a golden goal? Probably. It'll be dumped in there by Nick Suzuki. McAvoy with it now. He'll clear. Not enough for an icing call, though. 51 seconds left. I think USA's just trying to play for overtime right now. Marner with it now. Behind his own zone. Gensel giving chase. Checked on the boards. Picked up by Rowensky. Rowensky now with it. Gets it out of the blue line. Moved up towards Boldy. He can't corral it, though. Picked up by several U.S. players. They'll clear it once again. Devon Taves behind Hellebuck's net. Moves it back over towards Brent Burns. Sorry, that was Bennington's net. They're at the mid-center. Back over towards Taves. Taves back over towards Bennett. Taves with it now. 22 seconds left. Moves it back over to the front. Back to Tom Wilson. Wilson, quick wrist shot blocked off. It'll be taken off by Matthews. He won't clear it in. Marchand keeps it out. But it will be back over towards Doughty. Quick slap shot with 10 seconds left. They try to get one more chance. Marchand can't corral it. Matthews has it. He'll clear the zone. It will be icing. No icing. No icing. We are going to overtime, my friends. Ladies and gentlemen, U.S.-Canada, like Shades of 2010, is going to overtime in a thriller. Wave the towels. Wave the towels. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. How do you not love this sport, man? How do you not love this sport? Ah, dude. Oop. Just try it out. No. Get out of here. I'm just prepping for something just in case. I'm going to have a little of both here. Okay, I'm just working real quick here. So I have one ready for Team America, and I have one ready for Team Canada, just in case we have it ready. But we are going to have a golden goal, my friends. All of the hockey. All of the hockey. Do I bring out the meme? Babe, it's time for more playoff overtime. It is truly the stuff. Jack Hughes was being bitched at for a penalty. Full-time annoying younger brother. Vince McMahon is now trending. Why is he trending? Vince McMahon in trial. It's I don't agree with the gray stripe over his head, but okay. It's probably about his lawsuit. Oh, man, what a game. What a game, my friends. Vibe check. Vibe check, my friends. Vibe check, how's everyone doing? Woo! Heart rate is through the roof. This is fun, man. This is fun. Sean Shanley, MAW, you appear. It's 2010 all over again, all right? But no Crosby. So if anyone's a golden goal, it's going to be McDavid or it'll be someone like a Brock Nelson or Dylan Larkin. That's who I'm thinking the golden goal is going to be by. Shit. Sorry. Hold on. Let me mute this. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Nose got a little stuffy. And it came out like randomly. That was fun. So first meeting for the gold medal since 2010, and it is automatically an overtime. As I said, I think it's McDavid and then Brock Nelson or Dylan Larkin. Those are going to be my picks. I don't think it's going to be a big gun for the U.S. It's going to be a role player. Maybe JT Miller. Would it be funny if it was JT Miller? Oh, baby. But MK3A, it's Jeebus time for both nations. Well, Luke Kibbles, it wasn't a long fart. It was my nose. I'm not allergic to overtime. I'm allergic to Canada. Oh, Red Rhino, it's definitely been a heart attack game, man. This is fun. This is fun, man. I love this. Running on fumes, eyes getting heavier by the second. Oh, I mean, I think everyone in the U.S. and Canada is sitting there with bated breath, man. Bars are starting to open. Everyone is doing the drinky poos, their mimosas, their Bloody Marys, with all the fancy stuff like the big ass shrimp, the entire beef jerkies. There's like an entire sandwich on there. Have you seen some Bloody Marys now? It's just fucking crazy. Like, let me show you some of the Bloody Marys. Actually, hold on here. Yeah, you're looking at definitely some weird stuff right there and definitely some recommendations. I have to change this real quick because I want to show you something along those lines. Where is the Bloody Mary? There we go. This is what I'm looking for right now. Look at this. This is what people are drinking right now. This right here. All this. What is this? It's a fucking pizza. It's a pizza on a Bloody Mary. Pizza on a Bloody Mary.
Pizza time.
Pizza on a Bloody Mary. Making these pizzas for Bloody Marys. But yes, this is what Bloody Marys are. It is just ultimate Bloody Marys. It's Bloody Marys everywhere. I'll move this over here so y'all can see the pizza on a Bloody Mary. It's just a bunch of random shit you put on a Bloody Mary and you call it a drink. And it costs like $40. Like, at this point, it's not even a drink. It's a fucking meal. Like, you share this stuff. Like, you have fucking sliders, chicken tenders, onion rings, cheese. It doesn't even look like a drink. It is drowning. It's like, help me. I can't take it anymore, Captain. Like, at least this looks like a standard Bloody Mary. This? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? It's prosciutto. On that. There's a fucking lobster. A fucking lobster and a Bloody Mary. What the fuck is this? Most epic Bloody Mary. Yeah, it's a pizza and there's a fucking burger on there. There's a lot of pizza. And there's an entire hamburger on a Bloody Mary. It's definitely American ingenuity. American ingenuity, my friends. American, oops. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Michael Hessian, 2105 for 10 bones. Thank you very much, brother. I think it's safe to say that Flyer seasons changed when they gave up a short-handed goal on a 5-on-3 power play to Scott Lawton, which led to an OT loss to the Leafs. Well, they dominated that game, too. Ever since that loss, they've sucked. Well, they had 4 wins in January, and honestly, as a Penguins fan, I think us and the rest of the Metro appreciate you guys sucking. Something tells me they're eventually going to trade Matvei Mishkov for pennies. They should side with Mishkov, but knowing the old boys club, they'll probably side with Rick Tocchet because, he's a Stanley Cup champion and shit like that. And Terry D, the craziest Bloody Marys are in Wisconsin, especially Milwaukee. Oh, not just that, dude. Wisconsin? Dude, they're fucking crazy in Wisconsin. Wisconsin, they can drink me under a table. They drink everyone here under a table. 3 beers is breakfast for them. 4 beers is breakfast. They exist to get drunk because there's nothing better to do in Wisconsin. It's just, let's get drunk. And you just do that, you eat cheese curds, and call it a day. I've seen one with a whole roast chicken. Well, not just that. I mean, the mimosas are a little easier. It's just orange juice and vodka. Or orange juice and champagne. But the Bloody Marys, I mean, people love that shit. They love the Bloody Marys. Yes, sir. Fuck the Penny Oriel, fuck the Packers from Shy Midway. Oh, Rico, yeah, they had the seafood Bloody Mary. Wembley, did the Olympic hockey final get more viewers? Yeah, I think so, because you have all of Canada watching it. Not just that, with the Stanley Cup, it could be limited, too. Because especially if it's say, Florida versus Dallas, you're not getting the Canadian market. If you do get a Canadian team like in Edmonton, you get the ratings, but only from that specific team. Or you might get, other Canadian teams hate watching, hoping they lose. Or praying that a Canadian team wins, but it's just, who knows. I remember the year 2016 when every single Canadian team didn't make the playoffs. It was hilarious. SD, Philly should trade him for Noel Acciari, Ryan Graves, and Kevin Hayes. No. Switch out Noel Acciari for Matthew Dumba. Noel Acciari is too rich for them. They need some grit on defense. Give him Matt Dumba. Ryan Graves, too. It's definitely so. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Red Lightning. It was 3-on-3 for the U.S. sport too. It's weird for the women as well. It's just I don't agree with it being 3-on-3. Although 5-on-5, it would just be nonstop. Well, get your concessions ready. I got my water ready to go. I'd rather not do more coffee. I'll probably be too wired. U.S. sled hockey going for a 5-beat. Yes, sir. Well, Trey Liccardo, they're moving to Hammond, Indiana, I believe, which is about 15 minutes from Chicago, but it's an Indiana suburb because Indiana's willing to give them that public funding. It's a negotiating ploy between them, Arlington Heights, and Chicago. They're just looking for the best deal. I still wish it could have been Gary. I know Gary's a shithole, but we could have called him the Gary Berries. Definitely so. I can't wait for the FIFA World Cup. Yep, a lot of the bars are staying open to 4 a.m. Yep. I remember when they were in Russia, I remember watching a lot of the games when I was working at the restaurant I was at. At all the bars, they were live. Epic matches, man. Yep. Canada's pulled a couple victories out of their ass. Czechia. They nearly blew it to Czechia, if I remember correctly. Big chances on both ends. I still can't believe McKinnon missed that shot. I can't believe it, man. Like, he had a golden shot. He just couldn't get it. No, Mayhem Matty. No. You need Matt Dumba. Matt Dumba is your future Nick Deloria. He's your future Garnet Hathaway. Okay. If we take Garnet Hathaway, will you make that deal for Mishka? We'll take him. I mean, we'll just stash him like Kevin Hayes. I would just say that. I'll tell you what. While we're here, hold on here. Hold on. All of New Jersey's under a blizzard warning. Uh-oh. All of New Jersey's under a blizzard warning. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Yeah, Greg Max, it is sudden death. Sudden death in all hockey. First goal wins. Yeah, as I said, the Bears are using it as a negotiating ploy. That's what it is, Tony. It's about Illinois. Well, Kevin Gwynn. Next time the Bears play the Colts, if they do move to Indiana, we can call it the Battle of Indiana. Like the Battle of New Jersey between the Jets and Giants. Although the problem is, like, they're in New Jersey because they can't get land in New York. I mean, unless you want to go to, like, Staten Island or, like, Long Island. It's the only way. Okay, Beast of Metal. You idiot. Whatever you posted in those shorts in your main channel set off YouTube's VPN detector. You knew this would happen. Why would you? I didn't post that thing on. Nick did. Nick Kovac. He's been on the channel a couple times. He was the one who posted that, not me. So blame him. I've been streaming the whole time. I'm not doing this shit. You fucking kidding me? Come on, man. What was it? Dairy Queen Blizzard warning. Oh, yep. Got to catch up on my football news. I mean, there's not much going on football-wise right now. Just Mike McCarthy. And Crew Kid 52, thank you, brother. My heart may be going about 120 beats per minute at the moment. The fact that the U.S. didn't go down multiple goals is an absolute miracle. Well, hail to Connor Hellebuck. That is the only reason, man. That and the 5-on-3. But yeah, it's Taj Veer, how are the nerves? I'm actually pretty calm right now. I'm not going to lie. I'm just looking forward to good hockey. I mean, if the U.S. wins, great. If they lose, whatever. Connor Hellebuck had a hell of a game. He still won silver. Like, I'm rooting for gold. Don't get me wrong. But it's just that. Luke Kibbles, it's a 20-minute break, so it should be starting shortly. It is about 4:47 local time in Italy. So, almost dinner. You might as well get this done. Celebrations at 8. But I wonder, imagine if this goes until like 2 o'clock our time and the closing ceremonies are happening and we're still playing this game. Chime Midway, apparently it was suicide for Rondale Moore, so he dealt with 2 season-ending injuries, and I don't want to speculate, but rest in peace to Rondale. That fucking sucks. He had back-to-back injuries, I believe, with the Chargers and the Vikings. The Vikings was the last team he played for. He got hurt in the preseason. Major injury. Fucking shame. And here we go. Team USA and Team Canada re-entering the ice for overtime. Who becomes the golden goal winner? Place your bets now. Use DraftKings code TREE. Or it's UTREE. Sorry, code UTREE. All new customers who bet $5 receive $300 in bonus bets. I don't have the link. This is out of love, my friends. That wasn't a paid sponsor. It's out of love. Sorry, I'm just tired. Virtuoso. If Phil Kessel was on Team USA, they would be on the podium receiving their gold medals. Him and Jason Robertson. Phil Kessel is the American dream, my friends. They left off Phil Kessel in the World Cup of Hockey in 16 too for fucking Justin Abdelkader. So we have 20-minute periods with 18-minute breaks. It's 3-on-3, which I'm not a fan of, but Gary Bettman's just sitting there like, yes, 3-on-3 hockey. And then just does it like that. Well, crazy Frankie, you gotta do the DraftKings promo, especially when you're talking about bets. Yes, sir. Oh, shit. Marquise, he knew him from Arizona. That fucking sucks. I think he tried to respond, but he couldn't. And now it's going to be survivor's guilt because he thought he should have done something. Mayhem Maddie for the funny, awkward flight back to Toronto. What if it's Mitch Marner? How conflicted would Toronto be if Mitch Marner scored this goal? So it is. Austin Matthews in the faceoff circle against Nathan MacKinnon. 3-on-3 hockey. McDavid, McKinnon, I believe Makar are out there for Team Canada. The 3 M's. 3M. The 3M line. Matthews, Boldy, and I believe this is going to be Quinn Hughes for Team USA. So the 3 M's out there for Team Canada. I'm just going to scrum it up. Canada definitely has the talent advantage in this early going. But here we go. Face-off draw. Picked up by Team USA and Boldy. They're going to try and pick it up. They cannot. It's going to be picked up by Cale Makar, who skates with grace. Past his own blue line, back behind, over towards McKinnon, back over towards Connor McDavid. McDavid with speed. Speed and tenacity. McDavid tries to get the shot. He fans on it. Be picked up by Boldy. Boldy goes for the long saucer pass over to Quinn Hughes. Hughes with it now. Back behind the net. Over towards Boldy. Back to Hughes. Quick shot. Saved by Binnington. Wow. 5-alarm save. Back over towards McKinnon. They're going to do a quick line change now. McKinnon with individual speed and talent. Quick shot. Saved by Hellebuck. Wow. What a save by Jordan Binnington. Where the fuck was this in St. Louis all this time, man? Five-alarm save. And it was just a bare save, too. A touch higher. That's a goal. Wow. Quinn Hughes with a golden chance. Now it's going to be Trocheck up against Bo Horvat. Horvat takes the draw. Go over towards Taves. Back towards Celebrini. Horvat now pulling. He was just one for the face-off circle. It'll be picked up there. It'll be over towards, I believe, Mitch Marner. Marner moves it back to Celebrini. Celebrini with speed. Back behind the blue line. Back over to Devon Taves. Back over towards Celebrini. Celebrini with speed. Moving towards the front line. Quick wrist shot. Blocked off. Taken back by Team USA. McAvoy tries to grab it. He can't control it. It'll be picked off by Mitch Marner. Back in his own zone. Marner with it now. Moves it back towards the blue line. Back over towards Celebrini. Celebrini with speed. Back towards the red line. Moves it back over towards Cale Makar. Back over towards Celebrini. Celebrini with it now. Still holds possession. Moves it back. Takes it to Connor McDavid. Fresh lines on there. Larkin trying to give chase, but McDavid with speed. McDavid moves back towards the blue line, back towards the front line. He can't get the shot off. It'll be picked off by Jack Hughes. Werenski with it now. Tries to get it over towards Jack Hughes. He picks it off. Still moving back over towards Werenski. Werenski back to the front line. Back over to the front. Jack Hughes shot wide. He scores. Wait, he didn't shot. The U.S. wins. Jack Hughes. I thought he shot it wide, but he didn't. Team America wins. America. America! Yes! Why the fuck did I think he missed it wide? Let's go! America for the 1980, Jack Hughes. Why do I think he shot it wide? Oh no, Canada. I'm just playing this on repeat. I don't give a shit. God bless America, my friends. We continue back. Get this Tom Sawyer shit out of here. We continue. Get these white boy moves out of here, man. Awkward white boy dancing. That was a terrible call, by the way. I thought he shot it wide. What the fuck is wrong with him? America wins the gold. Elbows out, Canada. Ah! God, Jack Hughes, who suffered a lacerated hand at a team dinner, wins and gets the golden goal, becomes a notorious, build the statues of Jack Hughes.
Granger knows that if you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturer...
That's enough America. But, boys, USA gets Alberta and Saskatchewan. I don't make the rules. Yeah, Canada missed Crosby. I can definitely tell. As I said, the first goal for the U.S. since 1980. Here's the call from a certain Mr. Kenny Albert. Let's zoom in. This beautiful stuff.
Play this well in McKinnon. What a chance this is. Backdoor for the USA. They've done it. For the third time, they are the Olympic champions.
Beautiful. America. America, fuck yeah. America. America, fuck yes. Time to celebrate, boys. They're bringing out the flag of Johnny Gaudreau. Johnny. We miss you, brother.
Well in McKinnon.
Trying to find the call from Kenny Albert. Give me 1 second here. Yep, Jack Hughes. Well, I had the British call, but not the... Huh. Interesting. I won't scroll Twitters because it's just literally just Jack Hughes. Yep, USA Hockey, Jack Hughes. Connor Hellebuck, build the statues of that man immediately. Yep. U.S. hockey. Golden for the first time since 1980. America. America. I'm sorry for the bad commentary, boys. I thought it was going to be better than this, man. I thought he shot it wide at first, but it was like, oh, wait, it's a goal. This is why I'm not a pro, kids. This is why I didn't put this on main. But yeah, 3-on-3 overtime, yeah. I mean, I thought it should have been 5-on-5, but I think they just wanted to get it done. Let's be real. Virtuoso, Phil Kessel, honorary member of Team USA. Johnny Gaudreau, they're going to mail a gold medal to his parents. Indiana BP for 20, lifelong Northwestern Indiana resident here. I'm not holding my breath on the Bears coming over the state line, but if they do, I would laugh my ass off, especially since Illinois Governor Pritzker is going to run for president in 28, and this may sink his plans. Dude, I mean, all you have to do is, like, point at Chicago, and you automatically undo anything Pritzker does. That's all they do. And Life Upstad, it should be 3-on-3 in round robin, but 5-on-5 in elimination rounds. Correct. It should be. Austin Williams, you shouldn't say that. They get pissed about that. Although you are correct. Herb Brooks is smiling up in heaven. Craig Patrick, too. He had a major stroke in December, so he's been recovering in a Pittsburgh hospital. So prayers up to Craig Patrick, too. He was a big member of that 80 team as well. So he's smiling, too. Yeah. Also, not just him, but Mark Pavlik, who passed away a couple years ago as well. He's smiling up there, too. Former San Jose Shark, Mark Pavlik, if you remember correctly as well. Virtuoso Miracle on Ice 2.0. Well, Lori Lightfoot and I forget who their mayor is now, but you mean Lori Beetlejuice. And both a modern one, but yeah. Cincy Browncoat, America! There's a lot of America. Aaron S. around A3. Merca. Yep. Tony Nicolaude for Johnny. I agree, man. Johnny is smiling up there right now. That was for you, Johnny. And Matt. Definitely so, man. Well, so Caleb Sickerson, I mean, we see these tiers every April, May, and June. So let's be real here. Brandon Jackson, definitely. Hank 34. What the fuck is a kilometer? I agree. What the fuck is a kilometer? You go to the Imperial system. I'm sorry. Imperial system from here on out. I don't make the rules. Imperial system, you give us Alberta and Saskatchewan, and you take Gavin Newsom. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules here. And Captain Christopher Drury from All My Rangers. Dear Rangers fans, I would like to congratulate Mike Sullivan on his dominant display of coaching excellence at these Olympics. Also, I will now be commencing talks to relocate as much of this roster as possible to New York. Hey, you already have JT Miller. Gold medalist JT Miller. Oh, don't worry. It's Vinny Trocheck might get traded, but as I said, Brock Nelson. Brock Nelson, future New York Ranger. Oh, yeah. And Virtuoso, where's my 51st state? I want British Columbia to be renamed American Columbia. Hey, didn't Bad Bunny say, like, isn't it all America? So technically it should be American Columbia and New America instead of New Mexico. Just saying. New England should be New America too. I mean, just saying. I mean, technically, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, Colombia, they're all American. They're all American. We're bringing back the Truman Doctrine, or the Monroe Doctrine. I don't know. Boy. KDRW, Connor Hellebuck needs all of the statues now. I agree. He's the only reason why you won this game. Fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. And a great play by Werenski to take it away from McKinnon, too. I thought he missed the net. It looked weird from the TV angle. But a tremendous play by Jack Hughes. Gets the play there. And Deganos' 51st state laughing my ass off. As I said, man, I have to play it again for clarity's sake, my friends. Taylor Lewandowski. Tree, I was worried it's going to be 2010 all over again with Helly bailing us out. That game gutted me. Yeah, I mean, it was looking that way. Canada was buzzing, especially in the third period. I thought they had at least 6-7 chances to win that game. The McKinnon save, the 5-on-3, the Macklin Celebrini breakaway, the McDavid breakaway. There were so many chances, but Hellebuck was fucking incredible. This is probably the greatest, American goalie performance in U.S. Olympic history. And this is better than Jim Craig in 80. And that's saying something, man. Larkin, Werenski, and Jack Hughes were on ice for the golden goal. And America gets the gold and all the bitches. Canada gets cucked with the silver. Ooh, Shadow Man. What's the best rivalry in the NHL? I know there's Sharks Golden Knights, but that died out. Panthers Lightning's a pretty good one. Penguins Capitals was good for a little bit, but that's died out. Kings Oilers is not a rivalry because the Oilers just beat the shit out of them every time. I would probably say, Avalanche Stars. I would probably say that's your rivalry right now. I would say them, Panthers Lightning, although that's petering out because the Panthers aren't really good right now. And then probably, Panthers Canes isn't really a rivalry because Panthers beat the shit out of the Canes every time. Because the thing with a rivalry is you have to have both sides win. That's when you have your key. So I'd probably say Devils Rangers isn't bad, but the problem is Devils Rangers, they're both not good this year. They haven't been good the last couple years. Blackhawks Blues in the Avalanche Red Wings in the 90s, man. 96, one of the most epic series of all time. And that was a huge rivalry for about 10 years. Bruins, Leafs, we're talking recent rivalries, man. I mean, in terms of recently, it's not really a rivalry because Boston just wins every time. Pens, Caps in the early 2010s and the late 2000s, too. Wild and Stars is a good one, too. I think they'll play each other in the playoffs. That will be a hell of a matchup. Especially with Quinn Hughes now. Wild look really good. If they lose in the first round again, I don't know what the fuck to say. I feel like they're just going to break people. But, yeah. The We Ass Cup, I mean, as I said, it's Toronto, Ontario. If you bring back the Battle of Ontario, it's always a good one. Battle of Pennsylvania is always good, but fuck the Flyers. Not going to say there, but as I said, let me close this out one more time. I got to close this out with the proper words. I got to do a little Freebird before we leave. Got to do the Freebird, man. Gotta love the free bird. Won't you fly high, free bird, yeah. Bring out the free bird. Well, we pulled it off because of Connor Hellebuck, baby. Ryan Gav, 248. Oh, that I love to see this day. Go, go, USA. Hell yeah, man. Well, Lily D. Williams, Freebird, the classic one back in the day was Inagata Davida, which is an 18-minute long song. Sometimes when you gotta take a shit, that and the Peter Frampton, Do You Feel Like We Do? That's when you take your shit. And Jared Froman, Hellebuck got an assist on the golden goal. Yep, him and Werenski. I mean, he deserved it, dude. BWG, GG, Street. I've been avoiding sports recently to save my mental health, which is working, but I had to watch this. Outcome sucks, but still great. Dude, Canada played their hearts out. Great game to you guys. You won 4 nations, we won this. It's what rivalries are about, man. And Deaganosis 6985 is a Caps fan. I never feared, hated a team like those 2010 Spence teams besides those prime A-Rod Packers. Yeah, I mean, we just it was a constant boogeyman for you guys. Especially like mid-2000s, you could never get over the hump, and when you didn't face the Penguins, you just shit the bed. It was a weird thing. The Rangers too. Caps Rangers was a big series. I mean, the Rangers just let them lie down and die on it. And Windwalker, Red, White, and Hughes. Also, Hellebuck is gone. Hold on, I think they're gonna do the national anthems. I want to play the national anthem, and we're gonna salute like good old red, white, and blue-blooded Americans. Hockey runs through the state of Michigan. Hockey runs through America. This is our sport. We took basketball from the Canadians. We're taking hockey too. Odiganosis, Game 7. Oh, Washington shit the fucking bed in 2017. Because they had that, they nearly blew that 3-1 lead. They had momentum Game 5 and 6, and they just died on home ice. Well, MTL Last King, I think Crosby's going to be out for a couple weeks. I think that's going to be the thing. Because it looks like it's just a sprain, but I think they're just going to exercise caution and be safe. America's sport. Established 1993. So it's Sweden with the bronze, Canada with the silver, and the United States of America with the gold. Well, don't have fingers. Hockey players are a different breed, man. Yeah, they're a bunch of players that have, like, no front teeth. Brent Burns has a gigantic missing tooth right here. They just don't replace it until they're done with hockey. Then they just add a veneer. God bless America. Seriously, I mean, hey, nothing unites like sport. Especially beating Canadians. Wait, Finland? Oh, wait, I thought it was... Sorry, Sweden didn't. I thought it was Finland. My bad. Slovakia was 4th place. Finns, sorry, the Finns. Good old Finland. Classic Finland. Good old Finland.
Finland!
Good old Finland. I'm just going to do the national anthem and then we'll get on out of here. As I said, thank you all for coming today. As I said, I did the, figured I'd do the dumpster fire today. Nothing too crazy. It was a stream of our times. But that's about it. Yep, Danka Rybkovka, the IOC members are just going to prevent that. Well, Canada prevented a three-peat. Yep. Yeah, the American players have been dreaming about this since they were kids. Canadian players, too. I mean, Crosby with the golden goal. I said, if they had Crosby, this might be completely different. I think Canada wins. Oh, Maya Matty, Bald Man's okay. He was just out of town. He's been in the chat. Five asleep for the spectacle. No, he's there. He's probably with his girl. Yep. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate you being here. We're just going to do the American national anthem, and then we'll go from there. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a while, so I'll probably close it out here. Because they're doing all the silver medalists, and they're just letting them highlight. It's, Sanheim, Devontae's, and Canada's pissed because they should have won gold. Connor Hellebuck stole this. But, guys, it's been a pleasure. God bless America, and God bless the pizza.
Pizza time.